Right Pro at a fair price? Just ask Home Advisor. Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free award-winning Home Advisor app today. homeadvisor.com.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Alternate side parking rules are suspended for ongoing snow removal. Metered parking rules in effect. Let's go to the westbound belt at Knapp Street. It's an accident. Stop and go traffic this morning on the Meadowbrook heading southbound, getting right into the southern state, a collision. Over on the northern state west into Round Swamp Road, an accident there. And let's go to the Sagta Coast North, right at Pioneer Drive into Brentwood, a crash. And on the Sunken Meadow North at Jericho Turnpike, it's an accident being cleared. Sussex Turnpike and Randolph closed with some downed trees. Sponsored by T-Mobile.
With data and texting included in over 200 countries and destinations, T-Mobile for Business keeps you connected at the corner coffee shop or a cafe halfway around the world. Business is changing. Are you with us? Visit T-Mobile.com/business.
Some snow showers this morning, ending later. High today of 38 degrees. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day with your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano, with news guy Al Gottulo, and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is the Joe Piscopo Show on AM 970. The Answer.
Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. Come on, Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. I feel just like living in paradise.
Merry Christmas, baby. Joey back in town. How are you? Nice to see you. My goodness gracious, it's been a whirlwind of the last 12 hours. Thank you, Mr. Springsteen. It is 6 minutes after 6 o'clock, 6:06. I'm tweeting, I'm Facebooking, I'm YouTubing. So these are verbs now that I made up. How are you? Good morning. Nice to see you. And nice to talk to you on the radio. Just running up Wall Street. It's nice and it's crisp outside. It's not too cold, but my goodness gracious, I hope you're okay. There's a power situation. We have a lot of power outages in New Jersey. We'll address them. And because it was, I get, when it snows, you figure, oh, this is a big snowstorm. I guess I thought the flights were held up forever. The whole country stopped because of New York. And I was right in the middle of it. It took me, are you ready for this? It's Kansas City. What's a Kansas City flight? 2:20, something like that? 2 hours like that? 12 hours to get home. 12 hours. They stop. They put you in line. And everybody's so nice. And if I'm so sick of people telling us we're not a good country, we're not a good people, we're terrible, we're privileged. We are good people. To put up with what we put up with from the airlines alone, it is so dehumanizing. But I am here. I am here for you because I love you. I showed up just for you. Yes, I did. We have a good show. And we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're going to have some fun today on AM 970, The Answer. Hit New York. I came in. We flew into LaGuardia. Hey, you got to see the new LaGuardia. They fixed it up so nice now. I mean, so nice. It's like, Newark, they can't quite get it going. Although, if you look at the outside of Newark Airport, it's nice. It really is. It needs to be power washed like my house. Oh, hi, George. There I am. Hi, how are you? But in LaGuardia, it was beautiful. Mikey and I get off. I said, Mike, look at this. This is all brand new here. So a shout out because it was to LaGuardia. It was really, really nice. So anyway, getting into town was insane. We leave Kansas City, and we got out of Kansas City like, okay. So we go to Kansas City. Now, we were supposed to go to Nashville. And I had on my schedule going to Nashville, right? Not so much. All of a sudden, for some reason, my reservation changed to Chicago. Now I'm thinking Chicago's going to be worse than Nashville, right? Well, we waited a little more. It wasn't so bad. Southwest Airline. Okay, they're the ones that invented the cattle car situation. Yeah, they come up. They're the ones that they put. What is A, B, and C? What is that? What, you got to go to A, B. Am I C? Are you B? Am I A? And then they announce C, because C can line up. C, what are we? We're human beings. It's like cattle's going to a slaughterhouse. I'm telling and we all wait, and no one complains, and they just go along with the cattle call. Oh my God, it's so dehumanizing. And the airline employees are so nice. They are so nice and so just friendly. I don't know how they can do it under those circumstances, because I was about to just go, are you kidding me? But I didn't. I went along with it. We went in. We had the guitars. We had to put the guitars up. We had to wait. You had to go to the little seats, that you can't breathe. Well, can I pay for a better seat? No, none. We're sold out. Sorry, no. Very nice. We're all sold out, Then we go to Chicago, and we're in Chicago. We hold for 3 more hours. And it was all weather related. So you can't kind of blame the airlines, and I understand that. It's got to be safety. So, hey, we got back. I got no sleep. I was in 1:30 last night. If I went to bed 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So we're doing the show. I got it. I'm not going down. I'm embracing it. Do you hear what I'm saying? I could walk in here. I could go in here and I could go, oh, my gosh. I'm exhausted like the whiners. I can't. I'll go straight onward and forward, and we're going to head with the show. And then I believe I have a hit on American Newsroom today. Neil Cavuto called. I'm trying to get onto Neil Cavuto show. Thursday, I'm going to ask Frankie to print up. We're gonna be for this Padre Pio event, and we have all the information that is not posted on AM 970 The Answer, because they just plain don't care what I do. It's hard to get anything posted. I have to ask for it, request it, and then post it myself. So I will post where I am on Thursday night for Padre Pio. Friday night we have another great event in Oakland, California. We'd love to see you there with Dan Rodriguez, tenors. This is a magnificent assemble of talent like you've never seen. It's at it's a big Shriners Center, and we're going to go out there, and it's for the families of fallen heroes of the fire department and the police department in Oakland, California. Pleased to be out there. But I'm on a plane like on Friday. Forget it. You don't even want to know. You don't want to know. Then, you know what happens next week? Christmas. I have a performance the next weekend, but I'm local, so it's going to be good. So thanks for being here. You know what? Don't even think about the impeachment thing news-wise. It's really, the president's at NATO, and he just had a press conference, and he negotiates in the press conference. He says about how they went after France a little bit. People aren't paying their dues to NATO, and I think he's setting the stage. But he's there, and they're going back and forth now. He's going to go meet with Macron. So I don't know how the president really feels about Macron. I kind of do. He's not crazy about him. We'll see what happens with the president of France and the president of the United States. So, but with the impeachment thing that's happening tomorrow, and they're going to be on TV. Gerald Nadler has this is like nuts. This is so nuts. They put me on the air in Kansas City. Joe, we just sit in at KCMO, where Al got us set up at this great station with a Jersey guy over there, Pete Mundo, and he asked me, what about the impeachment thing? I said, nobody cares. Like Chaz says, nobody cares. There's nothing happening here. It's going to go right by, and it just assures Donald Trump's reelection in 2020. I just wish, it's sad, I wish that the politicians would get a hold of the airline industry and help. Safety is first. I understand that. If you could land me and my son safely, that is most appreciated. But you're treated like a dog on the airlines now. It's so disgraceful. And you could see it. The employees are working so hard, doing such a great job. Someone's making millions of dollars. And they could filter that down. You know what? This is the suggestion I would have to the airlines. A person, a human, walking around that says, like, I'm here. Here, what can I help you with? Where do you want to go? They don't. You got to find them. You got to go to a kiosk with somebody, and they're never there. They just don't care about us, Why can't the Democrats, if the Democrats ever came up with an initiative saying, we're going to fix the airline industry so they could serve you better, I may even vote for those folks. I'm telling you. Like, hey, we have a Major Jorge Diaz is with us of the Salvation Army. It is Giving Tuesday. So we're going to ask you to help out. I like telling you about the Salvation Army because you know why? It goes right to your community. This money goes right to the community. And I know it's tough. We're all being pulled every which way. I am absolutely panicking about Christmas. The presents, I did pretty good. I started, and I'm probably halfway there. I'm telling you. But you know what? If you have a chance, we're going to ask you to give to the Salvation Army, and Major Diaz will be with us to talk about how you can help or your fellow community, by just a small donation to the Salvation Army on this Giving Tuesday. Anthony Pope is with us. He's our AM 970 legal analyst. He's going to join us. I'm very excited. I have to tell you, when we do the show here, and then we have the sponsors here on AM 970 The Answer, and people go, well, what station are you on? We go AM 970, and in the beginning, people that no. Now we have so many great sponsors. They're all. It's like family, One of the first people that jump on board with us is Mitchell Modell. Mitchell Modell doesn't need to really advertise. Here, Modell's is iconic. It's when you think sports, you think Mitchell Modell. When you and I need something for our kids or our grandkids, we go to Modell's. Got to go to Mitchell live in the studio. That's all I'm telling you. This is one of the great personalities. We are so lucky to have Mitchell in New York. He is such an iconic personality. He's so much fun. He does such a great job with Crohn's and colitis and with his foundation. So Mitchell will be in the studio. I don't know what's going to happen, man. I know Mitchell. We're very close friends. I love this man like a brother, and anything can happen in the studio. With Frank and Al, and with Morano Gattulo, and Mitchell Modell, forget about it. You don't want to miss that. Mike Gallagher calling in from Israel. Mike, wishing you all the best in the Holy Land. J. Robert Spencer is one of the Midtown Men, a Tony Award-nominated actor. Great guy, great kid. He's got a new album, and it's Christmas time, and I said, let's put Bobby Spencer on. He's a great, great talent and a great, great guy. And I've been very, very good friends with the Midtown Men, a lot of folks who were in Jersey Boys. So we'll bring them on the air and have some fun. Your phone call's always at 877-970-2999. I have to tell you how much I love you. I appreciate it. I read the tweets. I read the social correspondence. I try to stay up with it. And we just had a great time. Kansas City was magic. It was great. I tell you this every time I come home, don't I? We're a great country. We're a good people. We're a giving people. Here on Giving Tuesday, by the way. And all the angst and the upset and how they try to create the divide, and you hear it. You know, you heard it from Heather McDonald yesterday. They create this divide. They create this false narrative. And they try to divide us. It doesn't. I don't know why. Is it clicks? Is it ratings? Whatever it is, and it's all for their power and their control or their ratings. You and I know better. So proud. Every time I go on the road, I come back prouder to be an American than ever before. We're a good people. Kansas City, the heartland of America, is a beautiful place. And it's great to be home in New York, baby. Piscopo in the morning, 6:15. Frankie Five Boroughs is here.
Welcome back, Joe.
Hello there, Frankie. How are you, pal?
I'm
Hello,
very
Al.
impressed that you look this good on this little sleep.
Hey,
Wow.
man, no sleep at all. We're going to go right through to noon, and then I'll just go. Albert, thank you.
You're welcome.
KCMO, Pete Mundo, great guy.
Thank you.
What do I do? What do I do with my boys who work so hard? What do I do? I bring them back barbecue from Kansas City. Oh,
well,
I carried it. I carried it with me. I put it in there.
Back the food.
I said,
I'm not eating it. Maybe Frank would.
Mikey, where's the barbecue sauce? Look what we got. This is a legendary. It's Gates from downtown. I shouldn't even plug it, but they are so great. It's like in downtown. You know where it's from? I'm going to age myself, and if you're older, you understand. No, the Kansas City Athletics baseball team.
Yeah.
No, you guys don't even remember. I remember. I'm old enough to remember. Lou Piniella came out of that system, and it was the Kansas City Athletics. The athletics field was like right down the street from Gates. So Dave Johnson, our host, with the Kansas City Ambassadors, he goes, I'm taking you for barbecue. Me and Mike are going, can we go home? Can we just get rest and go home? He goes, or can I go? We had a show. He goes, you're going to barbecue. We went to barbecue. This is great. So if Frankie Five Boroughs for you.
Thank you very much, Joe. Very kind of you. Sweet and mild.
And Albert for setting us up at KCMO. That I'm a broadcast geek. You know that.
Yes.
KCMO is a legendary station, and it was great to be there. And I did an interview that will be played today. But here,
thank you.
I don't think there's a
Appreciate
price
that.
on there. Gates.
No, there isn't. Wow, nice job.
And I'm telling you, they were so nice.
Excellent.
It was so nice and so wonderful. And that I'll tell you, they know how to barbecue, man. And Frankie, hey, did you see that food I had, man?
I am very.
I tasted an onion ring, Frankie Five Boroughs. I took a bite of an onion ring and I swallowed it. An onion ring.
You'll never forget where you were on that day.
Right. I got to tell you, I could be 400 pounds and I could have I could. It's so good. There's a reason why people eat it. Then there were French fries. Now, when was the last time I had a French fry? 1979.
Well, there's a shortage of French fries.
Yeah, right. So I see right there, not at Gates. So I went in. There was this big pile of French fries, and they dip everything. This is hot. This is sweet. This is on fire. This is it. I ate the French fry. I ate a French fry.
Right. But you didn't dip it.
I think I did dip it a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
But as long as nobody else dipped it, I don't double dip. Hair looks great. Topics. You have topics in
no
here.
topics.
No,
I got to get a haircut in a couple of weeks. No, get that stuff away.
Come on, let's put topics in Al's hair.
My hair is growing.
Come on.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I'm good. No,
it looks
right.
good.
I'm
It
on
looks
a diet.
full. You
Thank
sure?
you. I'm on a diet.
You know what I mean? So it's great to be back, and I'm going to sit down on Georgie. Thank you, Georgie. And Yuri is here. Kara's here, Merton's here, and I have my new chair. Look at this. Oh, look at this chair. And so if I doze off in the middle of the show, man. Oh, can you believe we got in so late?
I can't.
It is as dehuman. We'll talk about it when we come back. We're going to be dehumanizing as you possibly can imagine.
Well,
Southwest.
Why did they? Because that was the only flight that made it.
Southwest is very cheap, so because you get the flight for very cheap, you have no frills.
You line up in different letters.
Right.
Southwest. They're the most profitable. It's like we're the radio company making money, but we know why, because I don't have all the things I had.
Right.
Kansas City,
well, you had to pay for those things.
Yeah,
which I hope you did.
I went back.
Oh, you did.
I went back. You should have seen this. Sandwiches.
Like a kid in a candy
sandwiches.
Store. Just grabbing everything.
Imagine coming to work here and having Gatorade waiting for you. Imagine having 5-hour energy waiting for you.
Well, there'd be none left because you're drinking it all.
I would take it all. So you go. So I start grabbing like a kid in a candy store during the break, the 7 o'clock news break yesterday, and back for there it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm grabbing Gatorade and a candy bar. Famous Amos. I haven't had Famous Amos in you. I took just to take stuff. I took stuff, and then I realized. You have to pay for it. So after I
wonder if they were looking at you
after I did the interview, I went back.
For it?
They gave it to me, so I went back and you scan it and you pay for it. So I did pay for it. I'm going to give
the honor system.
I'm going to give the bill to Jerry Crowell.
There you go.
Something like that. How you doing, Frankie?
I'm
all
doing
good?
great.
Everything all right?
Everything's great.
Still married, right, bud?
Still married.
Okay, that's good. And I'm panicking for Christmas. Is anybody panicking?
No.
No, we got one kid. That doesn't count. And you're okay?
What do you
have a lot
mean?
of
That
relatives.
doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Am I
One
supposed
kid.
to throw him out?
Bill Cosby always said maybe not a good reference at this point.
Yeah, really. I mean, guy's not right. Guy already had an interview. Said I'm not remorseful.
He said,
okay,
"Drink
good.
this." That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
You're the worst. You are the worst. That is terrible. Toronto.
I'm getting sleepy.
You know what you don't get in the Midwest, Debbie, is that snarky, wiseacre attitude that Morano just said. We are like
I'm staying
that.
out here.
No, yeah, it's so nice and so everybody. Hey, Debbie, you know when you go out, you go in the Midwest, they always say blessings, blessings. You know,
yes.
you mean
So
God?
nice.
You mean God? And I said, can I say Merry Christmas out here? Go for it, Joe. As we invented that, you know. So, that is good.
People
But
are nice.
and
you made it. You made it back. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like forever. It was like forever.
Wow.
And it was so tough. And they treat you so poorly at the airlines, you know. And it's not the employees. It's just the corporate cats that could care less about us and their employees. It's like ridiculous. It's Southwest. Oh, my gosh. It's just so tough. It's so. Could they jam us a little closer together, right? And then Mikey and I got a seat back of the plane. He's by the window. I'm on the aisle. I'm going, great. And then they make the announcement. And they go, everybody is going to have a seat. We are sold out, so take your stuff off the middle seat because someone's going to sit there, you know. And sure enough, some guy who needed a lot of elbow room sat next to us with the elbow. Like, I'm in the middle. And I hate being in the middle, and I'm here. And he starts elbowing me and Mikey, you know, and we're going like, oh, man. So it's good to be home, Debbie.
Oh, yes.
Hey, 621 on AM 970. The Answer. I'm not responsible for anything this morning because no sleep. So anything can happen.
I'm amazed, like how sharp you look. I'm like, look at you. I'm like, how do you look
Talk
this
to
good?
me. Talk to me, baby.
I would look like a dead person
No,
walking. I'm like,
please.
you look fabulous.
It's all fake. It's all fake. It's all an illusion, ladies and gentlemen. Debbie's out there looking out for you. 622 on AM 970. The Answer.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Frank and Al. Good morning, everybody. Let's see what's happening. Alternate side parking rules remain suspended today for ongoing snow operations. Metered parking rules in effect. I see a spin out here on the northbound side of the Van Wyck as you get up past Rockaway Boulevard. Over on the island, very slick conditions right now as you take a ride to Sunrise Highway. Sunrise Highway, as you get out toward that Sag Harbor area, it looks like you have this problem with a downed tree. Also, the Sunken Meadow northbound by Jericho Turnpike, they're just cleaning up an accident. Meadowbrook north by the Southern State, an accident being cleared as well. Inbound GWB about 25 to the upper, 15 to the lower. Lincoln Tunnel, you're waiting 15. Holland about 20 minutes in. Sussex Turnpike and Randolph, down trees. All lanes remain closed heading out through that area as well. Checking in on the forecast, some snow showers likely this morning, then clearing. High today of 38. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
What tones. Is she not the best? Debbie Duhame. Thank you, Debbie. 623. It makes traffic sound great, right? Hey, Joe on the radio. So it's Giving Tuesday. Here we go. And listen, me and I more than anybody else understand how all of us are pulled every which way. But we want you to join the fight for good by helping the Salvation Army. And you know what I'm proud to tell you? I said, Joe, and let me stay on this for a second if I can. And a good morning to you. It's great to have you with us on this Tuesday on AM 970. The Answer. Look, it's December 3rd already, for crying out loud. And Al, I'm going to just sit on this just for a second because that's what they told me to do. So stand by. So I have to tell you, I'm proud to tell you about the Salvation Army because it helps the communities. It helps the community. The money goes right to the communities of where? Of Americans who should be helped. A lot of the politicians you want to step up, they won't. The Salvation Army is there. They make a difference in the lives of those less fortunate. So please we want you to go to team970.org. Let's do this together. Team970.org. Just like that, you make a donation, whatever you could do. Even though the economy is improving, it's still been tough on many families in the country. Parents aren't working. It's not only hard on them, it's hard on the children, which is why this year our campaign is focusing on the ways in which the Salvation Army helps the adults and children that have fallen on difficult times. The Salvation Army does incredible work on behalf of children and families in need all over the United States of America. The Salvation Army provides job referrals to over 90,000 Americans each year. Did you know that? I did not. More than 1.3 million Americans have been without work for 27 weeks or more, and the economy's doing great. Don't get me wrong, but we're a big country. Some people need help. Here's the story of the Salvation Army's Keep a Job program, a program designed to provide the resources for individuals to achieve their full career potential. This is an organization that is truly changing lives every day.
The Keep a Job program is a program that doesn't turn people away. It meets the needs of people that come into them, no matter who they are.
We have wonderful staff that make sure that they find jobs and then they keep them in those jobs. So it's a win-win situation for them if they're able to stay working.
It was motivation. It was, motivation for me to better myself, get a better job, and it kept me on track.
Been kind of like a lifesaver right now to keep us above water.
They were here for me. They were thinking of me. And it wasn't just as long as I did my part, they would meet me halfway.
They give you gift cards, whether it be Walmart for gas. They also have different courses you can take and classes.
We're counseling, we're listening to their stories, we're giving comforting ears and suggestions to them.
There are people out there that care, and you're not out there by yourself all the time.
We're a tremendous service that helps people to get to their next goal, but we're also the support system that pushes and keeps them going until they get to that goal and they reach that goal.
The people at the Salvation Army really want you to better yourself, and are really concerned about you as a person, not just as a worker.
Makes you feel like doing more. Makes you feel like you're a little accomplished, that you can keep moving on, you're moving in the right direction.
It's not just a job. It's not finding them a job, but it's finding them something that their whole family can participate in and be a part of to make them a whole family and a better person.
It's brought to me a closer connection with God, pride for myself, pride for my family. It's made me humble. It's made me grateful for what I have, for the people around me, for everything in life.
Hey, Joe on the radio, and thank you. So please help the Salvation, help millions of children and families by going to team970.org now, team970.org now. Give what you can. We're looking to raise $24,000 by the last day of December. We need your help, so please go to team970.org, all right? Please join our team by giving, and get your friends, family, and coworkers to contribute too, if you would. Please give to the organization that's doing the most good, the Salvation Army. Give to our online Red Kettle now at team970.org.
Finding the right holiday gift can be so stressful unless you're giving impressive, personalized, and unique gifts to your family, friends, and clients from Pompeii Gift Baskets, a family-owned business in New Jersey with a history of inspiring joy with delicious foods and drinks. Pompeii Gift Baskets specialize in providing a wide array of customizable gift baskets featuring luxury wines, champagnes, beer, coffee, tea, decadent snacks, chocolate truffles, cookies, and more. Wine and liquor bottles can even be engraved with a special message, photo, or logo. Basket themes are personalized and can range anywhere from elegant and chic to masculine or sports themed. Go to PompeiGiftBaskets.com to create your custom order or call Daniela. She'll work within any budget to get your gift just right, down to including kosher options if needed. Delivery is available throughout the U.S., from single baskets or bottles to large corporate orders. To create your custom gift, call Pompei Gift Baskets at 888-272-0220. That's 888-272-0220. Or visit PompeiGiftBaskets.com. That's Pompei, Pompei, giftbaskets.com.
So I ordered this 628 with Joe on the radio. Good morning. How you doing? I'm back. We are back. The team is back together. I love this Noble Gold Donald Trump coin. Look at this. I'm just holding it up. Look at this, George. Thank you very much. I'm telling you, this is a beautiful piece of artwork. It really is. From Noble Gold. They just released a new President Trump Commander-in-Chief coin. I ordered one. It's a beautiful limited edition collector's piece, just in time for the 2020 re-election campaign. The front of this new silver 1-ounce coin, as you see, showing it on YouTube, showing it on Facebook, where we're streaming live, features the bust of President Trump with his hand over his heart and an American flag flying in the background, right? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look how beautiful that is, right? And forgive me if you're listening and you're in the car and you can't watch. You can go back and you could watch this later on YouTube. And then you turn it around like this. Look at this. And then it features President Trump's promise to the American people. We will make America strong again. See right there, it says safe again, proud again. We will make America great again. Noble Gold is giving you a special offer if you use the promo code Piscopo to receive $10 off and a free collector's case. For more information, visit TrumpCoin2020.com. That's what I did. I'm holding this up. Use the promo code Piscopo for $10 off the new Trump Commander-in-Chief coin, plus a new collector's case to display this beautiful silver commemorative coin. The offer is only valid for a very limited time. Don't wait. So this is what you got to do. You got to buy it. Liberal friends, conservative friends, you see how you put it in your hand like that? I'm putting it in the hand, and then you shake your hand like a challenge coin, and you shake the hand, and if it's a liberal friend, oh, thank you. You gave me a challenge coin. They'll look at Donald Trump. I'm telling you, it'll be great. You say, look, all politics aside, I just wanted you to have this beautiful piece of artwork. It's TrumpCoin2020.com. Use the promo code Piscopo.
Mike Gallagher, live from our Wall Street studios. Coming up at 10 a.m. on AM 970. The Answer.
This portion of Piscopo in the morning brought to you by Modell Sporting Goods Stores. Pick up in a second. Come on now. Jersey Joe on the radio. Hey, it's Christmas time with Frankie Morano, Al Gattulo, and Debbie Duhame on AM 970. Back in New York, baby. Great to have you with us. Joe Piscopo on the radio on AM 970. The Answer. We are the flagship station of Salem Media with Frankie Five Boroughs Morano, Al Gattulo, Debbie Duhame. Everybody is here. George and Yuri and Mert and Kara. We have a nice team for you this morning going on YouTube, going on Facebook. We are streaming. So I put a tie on. I put a tie in anyway. I wore a tie to the station in Kansas City yesterday. You know what? It's called respect. It's just respect, like the old days. You know what I'm saying? So, and I have to say, there are power outages. The weather, Joe Lumberg will give you the breakdown on that. Is the storm over, guys? Was it a bad storm yesterday? I was stuck in airports.
No, for the most northern part of New Jersey, it was, because there's about 30,000 people still without power.
Wow,
Probably might not get it back until about 11 o'clock tonight. Here in the area, a couple inches, but nothing too unmanageable. And in Albany, they got socked 2 feet of snow above Kingston.
30,
they got pretty bad.
30,000 people without power in Jersey.
Yeah,
PSE&G
on the power lines and stuff. Not
Jersey
PSE&G,
Central
Jersey
Power and
Central
Light.
Power and Light.
Yeah.
Sparta, those areas over there.
It's tough up there, but I don't know how they got to just lay the lines underground. And I know that's expensive, I guess, but man, you should see where you guys are so funny, because I bet you when you came out to my house, it was like, where are we? So I'm out in the boondocks, and they
almost didn't find it.
And you see the trees and the power lines and they're converging, and the trees are growing over the power lines. You got to
trim the tree.
You got to clean that all up. Yeah, it's up that, and that therein lies the reason why the power's out. I didn't hear anything about my house. I know the school has a delay this morning still because the roads are very, very icy out there. So please be careful. I didn't know. We were just in an airport, and we just knew that the snow was coming in, and man, we just didn't move. They just held us up, and then they have a window to take off. Yeah, they always tell you that. We have a window to take off. I go, take off now. And poor Mikey was such a great road warrior, man. He's traveling. I said, Mikey, this is probably the worst road trip you'll ever go on because it's just one thing. You couldn't get out, and also weather related, and we've all been there. So my son goes, and he was great. He looked at it, and then I showed him a video that I posted of him playing, and he goes, Dad, it was all worth it. He said just like that.
That's great.
And it was great.
You guys had fun.
We did. We bonded. It was great to be one-on-one.
And I just want to be clear that New York City schools do not have a delayed opening today. So
they never do. Did they have school yesterday?
Yeah.
Monsoons.
It was fine.
Monsoons. It wasn't bad.
No. But so no delayed opening in New York.
So I have to tell you, as a dad, bringing Mikey out, putting him up in Kansas City, you think about the Blues in Kansas City back in the day, and this kid goes up. And we have a rehearsal, and day of, by the way, we flew in. Usually when you do a show, you don't do day of. You go the night before, you rest a little bit, and you go and you do. We hit the ground running. We flew in. Again, and flying nowadays is worse than bus travel. It really is. So we flew in, got in, sound check, went barbecue, did the whole thing, boom, goes on stage. Nails it. If you saw that video, he goes into Stevie Ray Vaughan, and he was so cute. He steps up to the mic. I'd like to do something about a guy I admire, Stevie Ray Vaughan, a little song. And he goes, and the place went nuts. And so I'm like 2 feet from him. I'm going, the kid's got it. He hit his stride right there. So I make the sign of the cross. I say I'm not going to be a pushy dad, show business dad, but he was really, really great, and he loved every second of it, But then nothing for nothing. Because it went so well, I should know better. Everything was great. It was a perfect fundraiser for my dear friend Walter White. Man, the snow came in, and we just couldn't get out of town. But everybody was so nice. Uber, a little bit of a situation out there. It's not like here because, you're out in the middle of nowhere. One guy doesn't show up, and then they just don't show up. Twice that happened. They just don't show up. And they don't call and say sorry again. One guy called. One guy told you yesterday, my GPS isn't getting me. I don't know where you are, man. Okay, well, thank you, sir. And then Tamaya came in. Tanaya?
I know you met her. I didn't.
Oh, she was great. She had one of those hot little Cadillacs, man. Yeah, that was spectacular.
Nice.
When we got to the radio station on time, Albert, and thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It was good. Hey, so Joe on the radio, we're here. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Mitchell Modell's coming in. I understand we have some Modell clothing that we're gonna.
That's right. I'm actually wearing a pair of fleece-lined dungarees right now.
May I see them, Mr. Morano? These are nice, man.
And I got to tell you, they are.
Wait, these are
very
whoa! I thought those were dress pants. Those are the
no, they're not.
Those are the fleece-lined Modell jeans.
On a day like today, where it's cold out, waiting for the bus in these pants, world of
I would wear those pants.
I have a pair, but they gave me the wrong size. They're too big.
They're too big.
Yeah, they're too big. I don't wear a 46 waist. I'm fat, but I'm not that fat. So these are really nice. But
Wait. Who told them that you have a 46?
I gave Frank Volpe my size, but apparently he either gave them the wrong size or they sent me the wrong size.
Alcatullo? Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. He's a what? No, he's fat. No, give him the bigger size. Yeah.
That's not fair. And I have mine over there.
I don't know if they're in their box. It might be in the box.
Everybody else got one. Hopefully, I got some. Those are nice.
No, you got a pair.
They're lined inside like that.
Absolutely, incredibly.
Yeah.
All right, great.
And we got hats and gloves and warmers and stuff.
Come on, man. That's my wheelhouse. I'll take a look at it. Hey, Joe on the radio at 6:37 right now. We're back. We're here, and I think I'm going on Fox News later. I'll let you know. Anything can happen. It's one of those days. So we just appreciate you being with us, and so grateful for you too. Very, very grateful that you're always there. And as we go into the Christmas holiday season, and 6:37 on AM 970, The Answer. Big Al standing by with the headline news just for yous on AM 970, TheAnswer.com.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970, The Answer.
32 degrees at 6:37. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. One of the most recognizable figures in American Catholic Church history is being accused of committing child sex abuse. New Jersey law changed Sunday, extending the statute of limitations for sex abuse victims and allowing them to file civil suits until they either turn 55 years old or 7 years after they recognize damage from abuse. As a result, a male plaintiff from Hackensack is accusing former Cardinal Theodore McCarrick of sexually abusing him in his youth, according to NorthJersey.com. McCarrick was defrocked last February after a church tribunal determined he sexually assaulted a child around 50 years ago and an adult male victim in the 1980s. Mayor de Blasio says the city is going to pay for a contractor to help clean up raw sewage that flooded homes over the weekend in South Ozone Park. The mayor also said he was disappointed that some residents had issues when calling 311. Crews brought in heavy equipment to unblock a clogged pipe, but there was already an incredible amount of damage, and the cleanup is expected to last another day. Meantime, de Blasio urged anyone impacted to file a claim and say they have 90 days to do so. In sports, Knicks blown out by the Bucks 132-88. Islanders beat up the Red Wings 4-1. The Golden Knights over the Rangers 4-1, while the Devils were embarrassed by the Sabres up in Buffalo 7-1. We've got college hoops tonight. St. John's takes on St. Peter's. Pregame is at 6:10, tip-off at 6:30, right here on AM 970 The Answer. Stuck in traffic? Debbie Duhame's got the answer. All right, we lost our connection with Debbie. We'll have more with the Joe Piscopo Show right after
Debbie
this.
Duhame, and we're going to do the traffic right now. That was a really bad Debbie Duhame.
It was
impression.
But
What
we'll
happened?
be back with
What
Joe.
happened?
We're having internet problems.
Oh, good. This is good to be. You want me to call Kansas City?
No.
You want me to broadcast
No,
from
but I'd
Kansas
like to
City?
go to the break
couple
so you
thousand
can-
miles away.
I'd
Okay.
like to go to
All
the
right,
break
let's
so
go
you
to
can do
break.
some live
Thank
reads.
you.
Well, you'll get to hear Joe Piscopo.
We'll be right back.
In 15 seconds.
We'll be right back.
Are you tired of staring at that dent? At Mako, getting collision repaired is as easy as book, quote, fix. Come to Mako for a collision repair backed by our best price guarantee. Uh-oh? Better get Mako.
Hey, Joe on the radio. We got it out. We got it. We're all good. We're good to go. We got 6:39 right now. I love telling you about My Pillow and Mike Lindell. You know why? Because Mike gets he gets it about radio. He started with Imus, right? I guess I'm not supposed to say, but Imus isn't on the air anymore. I miss Don Imus. I miss Don Imus in New York radio. But I know Mike Lindell went to Imus, and Mike found, I think, radio through Don Imus, right? And it was he appreciates that you listen. And it's an intimate medium, so he comes up with this great special. Here, look at this. This is from Mike Lindell, the inventor and CEO of My Pillow. He wants to give back to you for listening and for making My Pillow the great company that it is. If you click on the radio listener specials when you go to mypillow.com, you can get deep discounts on My Pillow mattress toppers, bed sheets, and so much more. For example, Mike, this is great, and this is great because it's the holiday season. You want to get somebody something, get those Giza sheets because you could get buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free today on Giza sheets, but plus free shipping. This is, go to mypillow.com, but you got to use the promo code AM970, please. All My Pillow products come with a 10-year warranty, but My Pillow has just announced they are extending that 60-day money-back guarantee. Orders placed between now and Christmas Day will have their 60-day money-back guarantee extended through March 1st, 2020. This is big news. Buy one, get one free. MyPillow.com. Free shipping. Are you kidding me? You got nothing to lose. MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener specials for the buy one, get one free offer on Giza sheets plus free shipping. You can call too, 800-651-0798 for these great specials. 800-651-0798 or MyPillow.com. Please use the promo code AM970.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, wherever the mission takes us, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, Mike, how's the house coming along? Needs a ton of work. The pipes are leaking. Needs a new roof. The AC just broke. I just don't have time to do it all myself. You know anyone? Oh, just ask Home Advisor. They match you with the best local pros for any home project. Cool. Yeah, you can read reviews and book appointments online.
What's it cost?
Actually, Home Advisor is always free to use.
Nice. I'll check it out.
Go to HomeAdvisor.com or download the free app.
Home Advisor.
I can't. Look at my maple syrup. I can't open it. Look at this.
Look at you. You open it.
I got brand new maple syrup that I bought, by the way. See, I go to Kansas City. I do have to buy it. Okay, you're right. You're right. They had it there, but look at the. Let me tell you about Capalbos, okay? Because these are the little problems I have. I can't open the top of my maple syrup. I'm back. Oh, it's going to be a long day, but we're going to have fun along the way. So, Capalbos, I have been sending for years. Capalbos is they got these towers, fruit baskets, gourmet gift baskets, you name it, they got it. Everything at Capalbos looks spectacular. You get these towers, and they have these boxes, and they're gold boxes, and they're real tall. You want to make a great impression, you got to go to CapalbosOnline.com, all right? And I want you to use Joe 970 at checkout. You save 10% off your order. But the Capalbos the gift baskets are great. You get 100% guarantee. You can sometimes get free shipping, and everything is backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Family owned for 110 years. Capalbos is right there at 350 Allwood Road in Clifton. This is in the neighborhood. This is how I know about Capalbos. And when I think of Christmas, I think of Capalbos. And now you could really impress somebody by sending a beautiful gift basket and tower from Capalbos. Go to CapalbosOnline.com today. CAPALBOS. Capalbos Online. And you got to use the code, please, like I do. I use this, Joe 970 at checkout. You send 10%, save 10% off of your order. This Christmas, send the best. Send Capalbos.
Due to the game, you can hear Jay Sekulow live today at 5 p.m. on AM 970. The Answer.
Live from the SmartWayToBuy.com studios.
Dino Paul Crocetti right there.
Children.
More Christmas decorations than I've seen ever before. Symbols. 10th grade in high school. This was my go-to album.
It's great.
But you know what I mean? Everybody would listen to Jimi Hendrix, Eric Burden, the Beatles, and Dean Martin. He just transcended all age groups. He was great.
What are those presidential cufflinks you got there? What are those?
Who got me those?
I don't know.
Who got me those? Excuse me. These are the Frank Morano cufflinks. You think I forget about the gifts you give me? You see, notice. Thank you. Can we go for a close up on that, George? These are now. I'm going to ask you because I know there's one thing that's bothering me about it. Look at those beautiful cufflinks. Frankie got me these cufflinks, presidential cufflinks, and I'm wearing gold and black tie. And I want to. There you go, George. Thank you. They are beautiful, Frankie. Look at that.
Well, good. I'm glad
Al, if you get off the line for a second
wearing
and join us, that'd be great.
Again, accusing me of not paying attention to his presidential cufflinks that Frank got him, that we've talked about before on this program, and I've shown on camera.
But do you know what is bothering you about these cufflinks? What do you think?
Are they too shiny?
No, very nice. It's good. No,
they're not big enough.
No, good criticism. Yeah. It's blue and gold, not black and gold. You'll never see it. But I got a little twitch, because but blue and gold's like it's like
a little twitch.
It's like the same thing. It's right. It looks, you can't see it, right?
I can't see it.
Yeah, good. If you can't see it,
even once you've pointed it out,
they are very nice.
Yeah, they are nice.
And I was in my closet, and I'm about to run this scramble this crazy week, and I looked at these cufflinks, and I thought Frank Morano.
Wow.
In my closet, by myself, no help, all by myself, wrangling clothes, getting what outfit to wear 5 days down the road. Cufflinks. I put them in my pocket. Lo and behold, this morning, I get up. It's 4:30, whatever it is in the morning. I reach in the pocket of the jacket that is hanging in the closet at this hotel, and I took out cufflinks, Frank Morano cufflinks, and I'm wearing them today with great pride. So
very nice.
No, listen, it's very, very nice. By the way, the hotel, this has happened. So I pull in. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Maybe midnight. And Mikey's with me, so we had to do a side step to Wall Street a little bit. I went back to the hotel that I usually go.
that I usually go to, but that doesn't usually help. That's a good.
You got help.
That's a good. You got. So you could understand my.
What it cost you?
You could understand it, huh?
What it cost you?
A little 20 here and there, a little something like that. Little taste, little ice. I get the guys. What am I gonna do? Come on. So all I know is Big Mike's driving. God bless him. I said, Michael, give me a hug. I said, I'm so proud of you, man. You're good. I said, get some rest now. And thank God he got a delay, so he's sleeping. So I go in. The guy comes. Hey Joe, how are you, Mr. Piscopo? How are you? Yeah, no, I'm going to help you with stuff. Let me help you with stuff. There's one guy that does that. And he ran with me.
Now, that guy's been tipped before.
Yeah, and I'll tip him again.
There you go.
I'll tip him again.
That's why he knew.
Because
it's snowy.
Dave Damiani set me up with a hotel in Midtown. I'd say that. So I stopped in. It's too far from here, man. It's just too far from here. Am I right or wrong? I'd have traveled from Kansas City to Chicago to New York.
Frank doesn't do hotels. He does Uber pools and drives with other people.
You go? Did you Uber pool people?
No, I took the bus this morning, but yesterday I Uber pooled.
With a stranger?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
See,
okay.
you know what the problem I have with the Uber pool thing? Like, you wouldn't do this. Like, you get in the car, right, and then the guy has to drive to pick up another person.
Oh!
Do you move over? Do you get at it? Like, if the guy thinks he's going to get in on the side that you're sitting on, what's the etiquette
stay
there?
in your seat, and then the person goes in the seat next to you.
What if the Uber driver pulls up, there's already two people in the car, and you got to sit in the front with the Uber driver?
I'd rather do that.
Really?
Yes, I'd rather do
that.
that.
Well, if it was Tanaya.
No. Tanaya in her Cadillac.
I'm sure that's happened to me at some point,
But wait, so are there three people in the back? You're next to people?
Well, yesterday there was just two of us.
That's the way I was on Southwest.
Does the other person talk to you? You have a conversation?
Yesterday, it all depends on the environment that the driver creates, right? So yesterday, I was able to sleep the whole way in, and the person next to me and the driver, they didn't say anything. But I've been in other Uber pool situations where the person does want to chat. So look, it is what it is.
Where you
Make
from?
the most of it.
So you get picked up, and they go. He goes, and the driver goes. I've got to go to somewhere else. I did an accent because
really, because you just assume. If you're in the tri-state area, an Uber driver has an accent. Kansas City, different story.
In Kansas City,
right? I got it.
Listen. I'm the grandson of immigrants, and my grandfather never really spoke the language.
Hello, Joe.
He never mastered the language. My grandfather Rosario, God bless him. God rest his soul. He did so much to come here. But I'm in Kansas City, and I'm calling Uber drivers. It's like, I don't even know what I want to, no matter what accent I do, I'm going to be accused of being racist, but it's like, and I have no idea what he means.
Just do an Italian accent.
I can understand the Italian accent.
But if you do an Italian accent, you're not being racist.
No.
I'm just saying.
Because they don't sound Italian. If the guy goes, I come to pick you up, I'll be right there, I would understand it. But I don't understand. What I don't understand is, I can't understand it. And then you have to say, and I'm embarrassed to say, I'm sorry, I can't understand you. I said,
why are you embarrassed?
Yeah, you're
I would
right.
say that.
You're right.
You can't understand.
No, yes, you would. Yes, you would. No, you would say, learn English. This is
I
America.
would not do. My
Get
mother
off
would
my
say
lawn.
No, my mom would say that. My mom would be like, speak the language. You've been here how long? That's what she'd say.
You know what? I appreciate they're immigrants. They're trying to do better, and I'll just strain trying to listen what they're saying.
Native-born Uber drivers too.
Are there real? I don't know that. I don't know that I've had one. That's a great observation.
Wow.
Yes, I've never had one. Am I reading this now?
Yes, because we're still having issues with Debbie. So
Well, I'm worried about.
late.
First of all, Debbie's okay.
She's fine. It's just we're having technical problems, so I'd like you to read that.
You got it. You know what? I'll be happy to read this out, but I'll tell you why. Because I have been on Balance of Nature for how long have we been on this, Frankie? You've been on it for I've been doing about a year. When I sat down with the Howard family, and I want to tell you, it is. I don't want to say anything. I'm not superstitious. And I always make the sign of the cross saying everything's great. But look at my schedule. I'm running around. I'm limping around, by the way. Knees acting up again, I got to tell you. So I just upped the dosage of Balance of Nature, and I feel great. And I don't want to jinx it. And I don't want to, fool myself. You have to eat right. You have to sleep. You have to take care of yourself. But when I take Balance of Nature, I seem to have more energy. I seem to have more mental clarity. So when we're on the radio, I know what I'm talking about. Not all the time, But I just want you to try Balance of Nature, because this, to me, is one of the greatest things I ever found. I was a vitamin geek. I would go to those vitamin places, and I would get them, and then they charged me through the roof. And it's all filler. It's all synthetic. You eliminate most of it, not with Balance of Nature. Balance of Nature is 100% whole food, plants, fruits, and vegetables. You got to try Balance of Nature. I can't tell you how pleased I am with this. And again, this is not a FDA formal study, clinical study. This is Joe. This is Frank. This is Al. And this is Debbie telling you about Balance of Nature. It's 800. It's 2468-751. 800-2468-751. I'm laughing because Al's showing me cue cards. Is Debbie with us? Is she? It's relax. Al, it's early. Relax. Relax. Everything's going to be great.
It's getting late here.
Everything's going to be great.
Would say.
Everything's going to be great. Yeah. 800-2468-751. Debbie loves it. Al loves it. Frankie loves it. I love it. We want you to try Balance of Nature. Or you can go to balanceofnature.com. Use the discount code THEANSWER. Hey, Deb, how are you?
I'm good. I've got my Balance of
Al's
Nature.
absolutely panicking through the roof today.
I know.
He is having the worst morning.
Technical things.
I love it. But his hair looks great. His hair looks great.
He's got
Yeah.
great
Now
hair.
he's twirling until Al tells a story, Frank, about beer or what he wants to talk about. Then we're going to have all the time in the world. Debbie is out there. We got you, Deb. We lost you for a second, and
I'm here.
The show is nowhere without you, girl. How we doing traffic-wise? 6:53 on AM 970, The Answer.
Thanks, Joe. I see a spin out on 287 North, exit 1 in Edison. Also on 287 South, getting down toward exit 10. An accident getting down toward Piscataway. Watch for slowdowns on 80 West, exit 19 in Alamucci with a crash over there. And the Northern State West at Round Swamp Road. They're cleaning up an accident over there as well. Traffic busy on the westbound belt, getting out toward Kennedy Airport. Alternate side suspended for ongoing snow operations. I'm Debbie Duhame, AM 970, The Answer.
Save big every week at Modell's. Visit your local store for special unadvertised deals. Shop all kinds of styles from brands you love like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Champion, Unipro, and much more. Are you an athlete and gearing up for the season? We've got you covered for every sport. Whether it's your first time playing or you're a seasoned veteran, Modell's is the place to go. But wait, what about professional sports? Don't worry, we've got that too. Whether you're the casual or diehard sports fan, we've got jerseys, tees, hats, and much more. You gotta go to Moe's.
There is a battle being fought right here in America. The radical left is trying to silence anyone who disagrees with them. They want to shut you up.
I'm Dennis Prager. There's no more important issue facing America today. If we can't speak freely, we can't be heard.
But one film is fighting back. No Safe Spaces.
Every American should see this.
See No Safe Spaces, only in theaters. Rated PG-13. Go to nosafespaces.com for tickets.
Here's your AM 970 Weather Answer Forecast.
A cloudy start to our day with a couple of snow showers. Watch for slippery spots, especially in and east of the city. But later today, windy and cold as sunshine returns with a high near 40. After a clear evening, clouds will increase overnight. It'll be breezy and cold with a low of 33 in Midtown, 26 to 30 in parts of northern New Jersey and the Hudson Valley. Clouds and some sun tomorrow, breezy and cold, high 43. Thursday, partly sunny, breezy and cold, high 42. AM 970, The Answer.
Hey, we're good. There it is. Thank you, Joe Lundberg. 5 minutes before 7 o'clock. Can I tell you about the Atlantis? We love the Atlantis. If you want to wow, your clients, like if you're a law firm or if you have a bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, if you got a wedding, anniversary. Oh, an anniversary would be a great idea, for your parents or grandparents. You got to check out the Atlantis. It's what we do when we go on our schmooze cruise. Beautiful skyline views I tell you about. Gourmet food, bar menu, first-class entertainment. Captain Fred is there. The Atlantis is the yacht we take out every year for our schmooze cruise. We love it. It makes such a great impression. And then in New York, it's New York. Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, Brooklyn Bridge. You got the Freedom Tower. Captain Fred and the New York Cruises staff go above and beyond with every detail, and our clients love it, and yours will as well. So go ahead and start planning your standout event today. I'm going to tell you how you can get in touch with the Atlantis and Captain Fred. New York Cruises will schedule for you a private viewing of the Atlantis. Beautiful, beautiful yacht. 212-633-1231. Captain Fred, good guy. You're going to love the Atlantis. Please check this out. 212-633-1231. Mention AM 970, and you get a free menu upgrade. 212-633-1231. Or visit, please, NewYorkCruises.com.
Due to the game, Kevin McCullough Radio, today at 4 p.m. on AM 970, The Answer.
Yeah, man, here we go. Come on now. Get the morning started.
My man.
Run, run, Rudolph. Randolph ain't too far behind.
My main man.
Good choice, Albert. Getting the morning started. Hey, it's Piscopo in the morning. If you want to give a call, we'll come back after the hour. We can grab some calls at 877-970-2999. Thanks for the tweets. We'll get on Twitter in a second. And, I'm very excited that we have Major Jorge Diaz from the Salvation Army with us. Saw him at it was the Boys and Girls Club event. Great event for the kids. God, and these kids, they're so inspirational. This was a few weeks ago, right? So I said to Susan, our CEO at the Boys and Girls Club, is that gentleman from the Salvation Army? She said, yeah, it's Major Diaz. I said, can he come on the show? Because I know Salvation Army is a big sponsor, and it's Giving Tuesday. Can you get... So I got the information, sent it to 5 boroughs. The Major will join us live in the studio. You know what? And I know you're pulled every which way. It's like when you're at church and they make the collection, and they say, now we'll have a second collection, right? And I always rail about that. You do what you can. You do what you can. We're trying to hit a goal, and we're trying to help fellow Americans, And actually, I'm proud to be part of this whole Salvation Army push to help those in need. So Major Diaz will join us. Anthony Pope, top of the 8 o'clock hour. Anthony's going to tell you exactly what you need to know, about all legal matters. He is our legal analyst at AM 970. Mitchell Modell bought the coolest pants in. We'll be talking about everything with Modell because got to go to Moe's. Hey, it's Piscopo in the morning. We are back, and we're coming right back at you.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
32 degrees at 6:59. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. New York City public schools open today. The city mainly spared from the winter storm that dumped about a foot of snow in areas further north and west of the Big Apple. There are a number of delayed school openings in those areas. The city saw mainly a rain event and a dusting in parts, but forecasters still warn of icy slick roads for folks heading out this morning. Alternate side parking is suspended. And Oreo's mystery flavor is revealed. It's churro. Oreo shared a photo of the limited edition cookies on Instagram Monday, captioning it "Case Closed." A contest to guess the flavor ended last month after Oreo dropped several hints on its website. Those who got it right were entered into a sweepstakes. One winner chosen got $50,000. In sports, Knicks blown out by the Bucks. Islanders beat up the Red Wings. Golden Knights over the Rangers, while the Devils, they were embarrassed by the Sabres. You now know what's going on. I'm Al Gattulo, AM 970, The Answer.
From the studios of AM 970 The Answer on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump at the NATO summit in London blasting France for a digital service tax that Mr. Trump says unfairly targets U.S. tech firms like Google, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon.
I'm not necessarily in love with those companies, but there are companies. They're American companies. I want to tax those companies.
Yeah, the administration proposing $2.4 billion in retaliatory tariffs on French goods, including cheese, sparkling wine, and other products, insisting that he did nothing wrong, certainly nothing that's worthy of impeachment. Mr. Trump says that House Democrats are hurting the country with their efforts to impeach him.
I call them the do-nothing Democrats. They are hurting our country very badly.
The impeachment process is pushing forward this week, with one committee voting on its findings today and another exploring the constitutional guidelines. The House Intelligence Committee set to vote on its report after weeks of witness testimony that focuses on whether President Trump abused his power, pressuring Ukraine to investigate political rivals, and whether he obstructed Congress in its investigation. Republican lawmakers have their own report saying the president was right to be hesitant about giving money to Ukraine, given that country's history of corruption. Wednesday, the Judiciary Committee holds its first hearing with legal experts. President Trump objected to the timing as he left Monday for a NATO summit in Europe.
For them to be doing this and saying this and putting an impeachment on the table, which is a hoax to start off with.
Jackie Quinn, Washington.
After years of denials, California Congressman Duncan Hunter apparently planning to plead guilty in a corruption case and prepared to leave Congress. Court hearing scheduled later this morning in San Diego. Wall Street, Dow futures down 77 points and NASDAQ futures off 25. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Couldn't sleep at night. All I could think about was my credit card debt.
I knew I couldn't get a loan, so the thought of owning a home or a new car seemed totally out of the question.
I was afraid to answer the phone, and I dreaded the mail.
It just felt like my credit card debt was this deep pool, and I was just drowning in it.
This might be you right now, and you should know you're not alone.
There is hope.
Right now, certified counselors at Trinity Debt Management are standing by and ready to help you, not judge you.
One call to 1-800-990-6976, and you'll find hope to live your life out from under the weight of credit card debt.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment.
Put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
Hey, Joe on the radio. If you're tired of dealing with dummies, experience, please, the smart way to buy a car at Route 22 Toyota. No hidden fees, no back and forth, no pressure, no wasting time dealing with dummies, my friend. Thank you, Mr. Acavano. Alex Kinsella, thank you, Mr. Kinsella. The general manager prides himself on his low lease offers. 0% APR financing up to 72 months for qualified buyers. So if you're one of the first 5 callers in the next 5 minutes, free oil change and a free filter if you call 855-621-9949. 855-621-9949. First 5 callers, next 5 minutes. Free multi-point inspection, oil change and filter from Route 22 Toyota, please. All European models are excluded. You'll love the state-of-the-art service center that Iggy always tells me about. You'll be at dinner with Iggy Giuffre. Great guy. I don't know. I love that service center. They're so committed at Route 22 Toyota to helping you. And Iggy's a great. Carmelo and Chester, this great family that is at the largest indoor automobile showroom, brand spanking new, with a brand new customer lounge right there, Route 22 West in Hillside, New Jersey. You got to check it out. But you can start here. This is the easy part. Start here. 855-621-9949. You jump on the phone real quick. You get a free multi-point inspection, oil change and filter. I heard you on Piscopo. What can you do for me? You're going to love Route 22 Toyota. They're the family over there at Route 22 West in Hillside, New Jersey. Or again, check this out, please, Route22Toyota.com.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Alternate side parking rules are suspended for ongoing snow operations. Metered parking rules in effect. Let's go out to 80 West, out by exit 19 in Alamucci. Watch for an accident there. 287 South, exit 10, down toward Piscataway. An accident. It's stop and go 287 North, exit 1 in Edison, with a collision there as well. Northern State West at Round Swamp Road. An accident in the process of being cleared. Traffic is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts.
Select Craftsman tools are now available at Napa, like a Craftsman 20-volt cordless impact wrench kit for just $149.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how at participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer ends 12/31/19.
Checking in on the forecast, watch for some snow showers this morning, then clearing later. High today going up to 38 degrees. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day with your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano, with news guy Al Gottulo, and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is the Joe Piscopo Show on AM 970. The Answer.
That's me. Here's Dave. Dave Damiano.
He's making a list. Come on. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Swinging, baby. Here we go. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good, for goodness sake. Come on, baby.
Better watch out, better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why.
Why's that, David?
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Swing it, baby. Come on, Santa. You know, Let it go, Al. Do it. It's so hard to make saxophone sound hip in a big band. Listen. How cool is that? Those are saxophones. Like those are. Only Damiani could find that, right, Frankie? Five Boroughs, right?
He finds great musical
And I don't even know where you
everywhere.
go to Spotify, go to Apple. Go to get your 8-track cassette. I don't even know where you get that. Where do you get that from?
8-track, a blast from the
Where do you get?
past.
But
8-track.
it's me and Dave Damiani, Santa Claus coming to town, and it's out there.
Yeah,
on
now if
Apple.
you can get me a
And
clean
you're able to
version
get
like
it.
that, I can play that during the holidays.
A lot of fun, and thank you, Dave, for that. I'll be with Dave Friday.
5th.
I just need to tweet it and putting out, and I have to put I'm gonna have to lean to Kara, who does a great job, and I'm gonna say, Kara, I need to bring in everything because I do all the tweeting, all the social media-ing. It doesn't come out of the station. I have
Still
no
not following
I have
me.
no I have no help.
Get him a studio. Kansas City. Nothing. Ungats. It's all right. No, it's okay.
Al is like the crazy uncle, okay? He goes,
cousin.
He goes, because you tweet. He goes, you don't follow me on Twitter, and it's so cute because there's, you know how many people are upset about that, Frank?
0.
Well, 3. No,
Who's
2.
the third?
2.
Well, his friend Tony wants to start a campaign now.
Yeah, she's great.
Get him to follow
If
me.
Tony wants it, she's got it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Right,
you know?
right.
My Italy pal. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Oh, Tony wants it.
You
I'll
kids
be
go off in the fields.
I'll be following.
Fields of Tuscany.
Go off in the fields. There's no fields in Tuscany.
I'm sure there is. The private villa that you're staying at or whatever. Yeah.
Are you going, by the way? You going?
Maybe.
All right.
We're working on it.
We're working on that. So I tried. So on the social media thing, I'm doing everything myself, and we're trying to get it out there. So yes,
Right.
we try to do it.
Joe will follow me, and then I'll
So
go to Italy, and then he'll unfollow me when we get to Italy.
So I got to
That'll be
find out where I'm playing on Thursday. I'm trying to get you the information out there, and I apologize. I've asked the station maybe 10, 15, 20 times to do that. They won't do it. You're going to have to go to my website at Jersey Joe Piscopo, JRZY, Joe Piscopo, see where we are, because I'd love to see you there. There's a Padre Pio event Thursday. There's another event for Dave Damiani, a comedy show that we're doing in the city on Thursday. Friday in Oakland, California. If you're listening outside, I know we have San Francisco listening, and we'll be out there Friday. And I'll get you. I'll be with Dan Rodriguez, just one of the, that NYPD singing cop with a voice, the gift of God in his voice. I'll tell you like nothing else. And I'll be out there, and we'll be helping the families of fallen first responders, police, and fire out there in Oakland, California. Then, you know what? Hey, I'm home. How about that? How about that? Then I got a private gig. You know what a private gig is? I don't want to say it too loud. I think I'm allowed to say it. The Rainbow Room. Frankie, come on.
Very nice. Love the Rainbow
How about
Room.
that?
That's
Remember
great.
the Rainbow Room?
Absolutely.
Used to do, remember, it doesn't it go around? Doesn't it
It
rotate?
revolves, yeah.
It revolves?
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
You should be. That's great.
I wonder if it'll be revolving while you're working, because I've gotten lost on stage doing that. You know, you don't know where to go off stage like that. So anyway, that is be good. Christmas time, and I'm panicking. Now, news-wise, I want everybody to just not think about the impeachment. It's old news. What does that? When does Mr. Nadler come on to TV? When does the Nadler show start?
Today.
It's today.
Yes.
And they're going to now tell exactly, they put together, you know what kills me is Adam Schiff goes on MSNBC, and MSNBC puts this on like it's news, and it's not news. It's a coup against the President of the United States. And I'll tell you what, I got no skin in the game. I'm just speaking to you objectively. I really am. It's like Schiff goes on MSNBC, and they go, I'm putting together the articles of impeachment. Now, this is it's like a demented, deranged organization, is the way Adam Schiff is doing that. Where's Nancy Pelosi? Don't see her much anymore, do you? Because I think personally she's running for the hills.
Actually, excuse me, it's tomorrow. The first hearing is tomorrow.
Yeah, the first hearing is tomorrow. Today they're doing something. What are they doing?
Yeah, well, the Intelligence Committee is releasing its impeachment report.
Yeah,
today.
exactly. Thank you, Frank.
Judiciary Committee is having its first hearings
Look
tomorrow.
at the money. Can they fix the airline industry so I don't have to sit next to a guy elbowing me on Southwest Airlines? Make the seats. They should have regulations where you don't have to put the guy. We're so funny. Me and Mikey in the back. We got an empty seat between us. It's just us. And then the guy sat down. Yeah, I'm here with the elbows, Oh, man. And waiting in line. C-130. We're like cattle. Treated. It's the most dehumanizing experience. If the Democrats ever said, we're going to fix the airline industry because it's disrespectful the way Americans have to travel, they would make some noise. This impeachment fiasco is exactly that. And then how's Roger Stone doing, your buddy, by the way?
Good. We spoke the other day. He's, still trying. He's mounting a vigorous appeal. and I think he has a much better legal team for his appellate process than he did for his trial.
If it's in Washington, there's nothing. He's got nothing because they're all liberal lobbyist Democrats.
Well, I think the judges on the the appellate court, he has a good chance of having a better shake than he did with the jury in D.C.
Yeah, we talked about this with your buddy Pete Mundo on KCMO yesterday. Al. It was so funny. I said the collateral damage. No one talks about the collateral damage. The president will chat about it. The collateral damage of the Mueller probe. No one cares about it. They just let it. They went right from one to the other. That's why I say just put aside this whole impeachment situation. The really interesting news that I saw, that I talked about before, that no one jumped on except Tom Fitton from Judicial Watch, how the president... I worried about the ports, and I told you. Remember, I told you about this last year before. I've been talking about it. How the Chinese were coming over and owning and buying the ports of America and around the world. You know that, right? Gordon Chang told us that, and I asked Gordon about it. I said, Gordon, are the Chinese like taking over? He goes, yeah, in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean. In the United States, Venezuela, they're taking over. So they took over the port of it was Long Beach, south of Los Angeles. That's a huge port, Frankie. That's where the Queen Mary was and everything. Over there. I don't know if it's still there. So I'm thinking like, wow, this is wild. Look at this story. So sure enough, the president stepped in. Now you haven't heard this story. The president steps in and he gets the Chinese. He says you can't have the port anymore. Puts pressure on the Chinese so they can't have this port. I guess where I was, Newport Beach, a couple weeks ago. And the Chinese end up selling it to who? Australia. We don't mind Australia because Australia doesn't want to take over the world the way the Chinese do. The president gets no credit for it. That's news. This is huge. Because can't you see Donald Trump in the Oval Office going, they're trying to do what? They're trying to take over the port. They are. They wanted to go to Los Angeles. They want to come on into New York Harbor, Newark, and the president will not allow it. That's big news, and that's a huge story. So we reached out to Tom Fitton and Judicial Watch to see.
And
this is objective, too. This is an objective look. But this is exactly what you got to, it's called protecting the country. It's called America First. And this is great. Now, what else is breaking news-wise that is real news, not fake news like this impeachment
So the president is instituting more tariffs, this time on Brazil and Argentina, steel and aluminum from those two countries. This was a little bit of a surprise. And separately, he's proposing tariffs of up to 100% on French imports. This is in retaliation. This is in retaliation for the European country's new digital services tax, which weighs heavily on U.S. tech companies. So, for those of us that enjoy French champagne and French cheese, we could be prepared to pay a little bit more.
Are you paying for more cheese? You paying for more cheese? Did your cheese price go up? Did you see cheese prices go up?
Well, these tariffs haven't taken effect yet. But my understanding is the Brazil and Argentine steel and aluminum tariffs, those are taking effect right away.
And I don't know. This is the one, I always have a feel on where the president's going to go, what he's going to do, and we've been very good in our predictions in that regard on this radio program, 7:15 with Joe and Frank and Al and Debbie. So what I don't know is what's going to happen with Hong Kong. I can't figure out how he works that out because it was great the way he supported Hong Kong, and he goes, I'm doing this for President Xi. So what happens with that? Because the Chinese have the military there. They're not going to give up on this. And I talked to a friend, I don't want to break confidences, but he's got some inside line to the United States Navy, and the Navy is locked, loaded, standing by, but now they're just standing. It's like a cat and mouse game is the way he described it, and we appreciate that person getting in touch with us and letting us know, but it's tenuous over there. I can't get a feel on how the president's going to play that,
Well, he signed the sanctions bill, supporting the protesters. So, I don't know how it plays out either. He said this morning that the Hong Kong situation makes the trade talks more difficult. And I'm sure that's true, but I don't see him siding with President Xi over the protesters in Hong Kong. It was great watching Mike Bloomberg on Margaret Hoover's firing line over the weekend, in which he said President Xi is not a dictator, which was amazing.
Oh my God!
I don't know what planet this guy's living on.
I don't, and his whole tenor, and Mike Bloomberg's tenor when he goes out and he starts saying, and he tries to change his tone on things. I don't see him surfacing at all. There may be a brokered convention in the Democratic side. Although, Joe Biden's numbers, Joe says these creepy, crazy things, and his numbers go up. I can't figure that one out, Joe Biden. So now Mike Bloomberg's in, and now Mike Bloomberg, I could see a brokered convention, maybe, a brokered convention. Does Bloomberg may surface on that? But there's no way he could resonate across the country to beat President Trump. I don't see that happening at all. But he's going for it, and
he's certainly spending enough money.
5 or 6 commercials today alone.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly spending enough money on ads that people are going to know that he's running for president. That's the thing.
What the president called him Mini Mike.
Yeah.
You see, I laugh.
But you know what? You have to give Bloomberg credit.
How could he say that about Mike Bloomberg?
You have to give Bloomberg credit on one thing. He's spending enough money on advertising, whether it's digitally or on TV. People are going to know that he's out there. Whether or not he gets the nomination or is even in the game next year, in the middle of next year, is a different set of circumstances. But he certainly has the money to throw away on.
And, so yesterday, we didn't have a chance to talk about it, but Steve Bullock and Joe Sestak both dropped out of the presidential race. So the field is narrowing.
To what? 200 candidates?
Booker was on Face the Nation on Sunday.
He was good.
Begging for money.
No, I know.
In order to qualify for the December debate.
Again, forgive me. I know you get upset with me. Corey's a longtime friend. He looked great, but I don't see it. I don't see Elizabeth Warren. Is Elizabeth Warren going to surface with Bernie Sanders? I don't think so.
Well, not Buttigieg.
I know. But he's pandering. He goes and talks to a black church. He goes and talks. And for him to say, if a Republican said what these guys said, he goes, well, I understand black racism because I'm gay and I had the same thing. Oh, if that just really upsets the black community when you say something like that.
Well, so far the black community seems to be sticking with Biden by and large.
Yes, exactly.
So, we'll see if it doesn't look like Bloomberg's going to be able to make any inroads. I don't know if Booker is even going to be able to continue to remain in the race until South Carolina. So we'll see what happens. Kamala Harris, her campaign manager left to go work with Mike
I have
Bloomberg.
a second show to do tonight. Boy, did Maya Rudolph nail that on SNL, man. I said it. I said it on Neil Cavuto's show. And then I said, she reminds me, I say this respectfully, and you and I chatted about it. I don't mean it to be sexist or anything, but she just reminds me of every lounge singer I've ever met at a second show.
Right.
And I just say that with the cigarette.
Healthcare for all.
The tone of her voice is so condescending and that audience in the second show. Can I have another Manhattan, please? That's the Kamala Harris I see. Can we put Anthony on early? Anthony Pope has less patience than I do.
But he's promoted that he's going to be on at 8.
Is it what we could do, Seven?
Okay,
Look,
sure.
Anthony gets whatever he wants.
Got it.
Longtime friend.
I wouldn't mess
He
with
is the Pope. You never mess with. There's a former cop, prosecutor, the best attorney in America, along with the other great legal minds we have on this program. If Anthony wants to come on early, we'll change everything for Anthony Pope if we can. Nice tie from the White House. I like that.
Thank you.
We running tight out? We got a lot of ads. I understand. I appreciate that. Okay, here we go. 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. Hey, it's great to be back. I missed you. It's nice to be back in the studio with the guys. And nice to have you there. And Debbie's there, too.
Yeah.
Hi, Debbie. How are you? Hi.
I loved your pictures, too, from the weekend with your son.
Man,
they were
I'll tell you.
great
I'm so-
pictures.
I know you love your boy like I love my boy. It's just something else. It's just to be out there. And then when we got snowed in, and then we just had dinner together, on Sunday night. Not knowing Big Al came through last minute and went. And so I let Mike sleep. I went to do 3 o'clock in the morning. I got up. I ran. Look, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just panicking about presents. Aside from that, everything is great. Oh my God, what am I going to get?
I know. Wait, how many days till Christmas?
Oh, please,
I don't want to
please.
remind you.
And remember, above all else, praise Jesus. It's all about Jesus.
It's all about
Jesus.
what the season's
Jesus.
about,
That
Joe.
Jesus is the reason for the season.
That's right.
Debbie,
Don't worry,
God
I got
bless
the
you.
presents.
God bless you.
Thank you. I will take the blessings.
Debbie.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Debbie New Haven on the roads on AM 970 The Answer.
Hey, Joe, let's go out to 347 westbound in through Wisconsin. Watch out, a plow fell from a truck. so they're trying to clean up that mess over there. We're seeing some delays on the LIE East at Old Nichols Road. Accident now on the shoulder, and watch for slowdowns on the eastbound side of the BQE by the Battery Tunnel with an accident. Alternate side parking rules suspended for ongoing snow operations. Metered parking rules remain in effect. We're seeing delays on the Cross Island North, right at the LIE with a collision. Westbound Bruckner at 149th. They just cleaned up a crash. Over in Jersey, Sussex Turnpike is blocked in Randolph with a downed tree. 94 blocked at 23. Another downed tree. And over on 517, as you get out through that Hackettstown, Alamucci area, it looks like you have a downed tree there as well. So do expect some problems as you head through that stretch. Partly cloudy today. I'm Debbie Duhame, AM 970, The Answer.
Are you tired of staring at that dent? At Maaco, getting collision repaired is as easy as book, quote, fix. Come to Maaco for a collision repair backed by our best price guarantee. Uh-oh? Better get Maaco.
Hey, Joe on the radio, 722 right now. I'll tell you about Michaels of Brooklyn. Love telling you about Michaels of Brooklyn because they're the friends and their family, and they've been here since day one. You know, Fred and Johnny, and we give Mary, our superstar sales gal, who does a great job, took me out to Brooklyn. And then when you taste the cuisine at Michaels of Brooklyn, you have to go to Michaels of Brooklyn. I don't know how else to express to you that if you're in the metropolitan area and you haven't gone to Michaels of Brooklyn, they should really put it on the top tour sites of New York. I mean, really. You know those buses that go by? And now we're going to Brooklyn Avenue R. Nostrin to one of the 5 best Italian restaurants in the United States, Michaels of Brooklyn. You've got to go. It's spectacular. The ambiance is great. I love the Italian heritage that's out there. You know, that the authentic Italian heritage and legacy that is Michaels of Brooklyn, started by Michael's grandfather, actually, out there. And they are in the same neighborhood that they started back in 1964. You got to love that. Everything I tell you about the ethnicity of the United States of America is at Michaels of Brooklyn right there. And the food is great. And then they make the sauce. Where? Avenue R. Nostrin. Where? Brooklyn, New York. Where does it go? All around the United States. And you have the opportunity to go to this great, great restaurant, one of the 5 best Italian restaurants in the United States, according to the Food Network. So check out, go when you get there, say hi to Fred, to Johnny, and to Marianne, and to Enzo. Enzo always has a beautiful bow tie. He always just looks so spiffy. And Michael himself, Michaels of Brooklyn. Proud to tell you about Michaels of Brooklyn. Truly, truly one of the best restaurant, truly, I can tell you that, according to the Food Network, one of the 5 best Italian restaurants in the United States of America. Michaels of Brooklyn, serving the most authentic tastes of Italy. I got hungry just thinking about it for over 50 years.
Administration is threatening new tariffs on imports from France in retaliation for a French tax on digital services. Stocks declined yesterday after President Trump said he would raise tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from Brazil and Argentina. There also was a weak report on manufacturing in the U.S. J.Crew has a deal with creditors to separate its Madewell fashion line and issue a Madewell stock. J.Crew itself has been seeing a business slump recently. Its sales declined in the recent quarter, while its Madewell sales rose 13%. There will be a newly created company called Chino's SPV, which will own most of Madewell. The Dow dropped 268 yesterday. The Nasdaq was down 97. The S&P was down 27. That's your business report. On Marcus White, invested in you.
Nothing changes your life more than God or love than moving your credit score 120 points. I'm John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope. I want you to go to operationhope.org and take your life back. Get your dignity back. Join the Hope 700 Credit Score Community Program and take your life back. Go to operationhope.org today or call us at 404.
Hi, this is Larry Elder for BestHotGrill.com. It's time to select a Christmas gift with impact for your best clients, employees, friends, and family. Solaire infrared grills deliver the lasting value of a gift that will actually be used, and every time they will think of you. Solaire infrared grills deliver the wow that everybody likes to receive in a gift. Learn more about Solaire infrared grills at BestHotGrill.com. That's BestHotGrill.com. Solaire infrared gift giving at BestHotGrill.com.
God bless us, everyone.
What's the biggest blessing you can imagine this Christmas season? How about having your mortgage or rent paid for in 2020? It's possible when you enter the Christmas Mortgage Miracle Sweepstakes. Enter once a day to increase your opportunities to win. See rules and conditions for details.
To our Merry Christmas. God bless us.
God bless us.
Enter the Christmas Mortgage Miracle Sweepstakes. Visit am970theanswer.com. Sponsored by real estate and mortgage consultant Marco Danello. 973-768-0745.
Joe on the radio. Good morning. It's AM 970 The Answer. Joey is back in town, baby. We are here. Hey, Australia, we love you for listening. Bradley, thank you for getting that. My mom loves the show as well. Bradley Roberts, give your mom our very, very best. Tell her Joe Piscopo says hi from the United States of America to our dear friends in Australia. Appreciate you streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Hi, Mom. How are you? Frank is here. Debbie's here. And, I got to tell you about, in Australia, you go to Amazon. You can get this in Australia, too. It's a great book by John Bramnick. He's the funniest lawyer in New Jersey. Funny guy. Hey, Frankie Five Bros, we always talk about this, just as an aside, talking about why people don't like you. This is a book I want you to get. John's a funny cat, man.
Oh, he's hysterical.
When you didn't know when you see him on stage, very funny.
He's as funny as many
We
comedians.
may go.
I've seen.
Rumor has it. I don't think the leader, Mr. Bramnick, will mind me telling you. We may go on a little tour. Maybe we take Mike Marino with us.
Yeah, that'd be
Mike
great.
Morano. See, you got me talking about Frank.
And he doesn't make America Italian again.
Yeah, but Mike is hysterical. But John is very funny, and he's got this book. So you're at a party, and then you're at the house. You got to get John Bramnick's book because you will go through rules that you should say. Well, I can't put my glasses on. Is there a sponsor we can get that can fix my eyes? Can we do? We get into that out. You check that out for me. Thank you very much. So these are rules that you should live by. Why people don't like you? But I go to you guys for everything. You know that one. Clean your car. Do you clean your car out? Do you clean your car?
Yes, I do.
There you go. I do not. I have.
What doesn't that surprise?
I got 100 and counting dirt.
5-hour energy.
No, right underneath the. They did not have a car wash at the radio station yesterday. But John Bramnick says this is Rule 111: clean your car. Anthony Pope will be on with the State of Clark. I've never seen Anthony anything other than a pristine, shiny car. I am not like that. I got 100 and counting dirt on the side, off the side. So make sure you clean your car. These are the rules that you should go by, And when someone takes you to dinner, don't order the 5-pound lobster. Order cheap. I must say, don't you do that? I'll have the steak, please. I'll have that filet mignon, please. If you don't mind, you're paying. Oh, I'll have another steak, as a matter of fact. These are great rules from John Bramnick. They're fun and they're amusing, and it's something that you and I do. Number one is, don't say to somebody, you look tired. And this is rule number 131. This is great. If you were wrong, admit it quickly, Al, and apologize. Admit it quickly and apologize. It'll end days of fighting. Great advice from John Bramnick. Why people don't like you. Get your copy in Australia, in America, on Amazon today.
Jay Sekulow, live. Special time at 5 p.m. today on AM 970. The Answer.
Portions of this show sponsored by Route 22 Nissan.
And we're going to be so sick of these songs by next week. This is your plan. This is your strategy.
Would have been Andy Williams' 92nd birthday today.
Wow. When he died. I forgot he died.
Yes,
right?
he did.
Yeah. I tell you, I told you about Andy Williams. I told you this before. If you're new to the show, we're at the SNL reunion, not the last one, the one before that, whatever it was. It was the 102nd anniversary of SNL, whatever it was. And Andy Williams steps up, and I'm in the audience, and I'm going like, oh man, I say he's doing Moon River. I told you this before, but so if you're new to the show, this is this, and he's singing, and he's on the left, and I'm watching, and I go, is he going to go for the high note? That's all I kept thinking. It's very cold in Studio 8H.
Oh,
I mean freezing in Studio 8H. When I was there, we were there 3-4 years ago, and I had to do the Frank Sinatra thing. Your voice changes. I mean, it's like because of the coldness and the air conditioning. I just don't like that anyway. So I'm thinking, is Andy Williams going to hit that Moon River? And he's got to hit me, and he hit the note,
It was so great to see those old performers, or that maybe performers that you weren't necessarily fans of. That was a brilliant performance.
Well, he's a real talent.
Oh, you know what? Remember, he used to have the variety show. Anyway,
he's terrific.
And started the Osmonds. Wasn't the Osmonds on the show? Wasn't it the Osmonds?
Frank,
you know everything. Come on, Frankie. I need you, buddy. Come on, I'm up 2 hours of sleep here.
Andy Williams' study for tomorrow. I'm sure you know it all.
I like Al's hair. And the girls all like, oh, please. I say something about Al. Please. Matt Sambolin in the room. Oh, please.
It's very 70 anchor hair.
Matt, did you like the email too? I sent an email to you. Who did I send to? Everybody except Frank. And so Jerry Crowley goes, Frank Morales, your producer.
The two most important people that he should notify when he's having a problem like can't get out of town is usually Frank and I.
Right.
He emailed everyone but the two people who are actually involved in the show.
We could have resolved the Kansas City thing
but notice,
8 hours earlier.
Right,
but
but
let us know.
Notice, Frank immediately emails me and I go, oh, wait a second, I think I have a friend.
Yeah, Jerry calls me on Sunday night and he says, did you see
which he was happy about.
Yeah, did you see Joe's
was
email?
Was the tone of his voice pleasant?
No, not at all. Did you see Joe's email? I said, no. What email? I said, no, there's no reason you should have looked at it yet. It's the weekend. I said, no, I have my email open. He didn't send me an email.
Snowed in. I knew the brass was coming in from Los Angeles. I didn't know, or California. I didn't know where we were doing the show. I wanted to do the show. Jerry said, he came up, we went back and forth. I figured I know the general manager well enough. Apparently not, but I thought I knew him well enough to be able to chat with him. Call Frank. So, and I did. I got Matt. Who else? Everybody was on it.
Stu.
No, it was Matt, Stu, Jerry, and Phil.
Right. And Phil Boys, of course. And I didn't put out. I'm sorry, guys. That was a.
And when I got the email, I was driving home from the game. I was driving home from the Giant game, and I said, it's the roads are icy.
Can I stop you
look.
right there? What? I love that you were working. Usually, when you say anything outside the station,
who doesn't love that they're working? I don't understand that. I like being
because
gainfully
every
employed,
time
no
you're
matter
out,
where.
every time you're out, you're drinking, you're partying, you make
Again,
like,
so
I
now
have to go see Sting.
You went in one sentence. You went, I love that you're working. In the next, I'm an alcoholic. It's great.
I'm going to see Sting. You prepare more for that than.
I do. Well, you got to prep for that.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
I had gout. I'm driving home. It hurts.
Will you call
I
Dr.
see this
Rock,
email.
please?
No. I got medication. I'm fine.
Are you okay now?
Yeah,
you
I'm
walk
taking
around?
Yeah, I could. I limp.
What'd you get? That Indochina? What the hell?
Indomethacin.
Oh, good. Al, you're good with your drugs. Good stuff.
Again, now calling me a drug addict. All right. All right. We went from compliment to insult to intervention in just 2 short minutes. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We're back.
Woo, all
so
right.
I apologize.
So I got the email, but I was driving and I couldn't read it, and then I stopped at ShopRite because, of course, my wife texts me in the middle and goes, "Hey, can you pick up some calcium chloride, for the steps?" What have you been doing all day? I'm working. You couldn't go to the store?
Well, it's probably slippery. She doesn't want to go
apparently,
out.
right. Yeah, exactly. So I had to stop. I got 10-pound bags of calcium chloride, and then I saw the email, and I said, "Oh, I know a friend. Let me just."
Yes, that was great because I said we were supposed to call in 7:34 with the.
And then Frank missed
the other.
Frank missed the other email when I looped everybody in. I had called. I called Frank, and then Frank said, "You better check with Jerry."
Can I tell you something?
I called Jerry. He said, "Okay, if you can get it done, get it done." I got it done.
Yeah, you did.
And I sent an email to everybody explaining.
Yeah.
And Frank responds on the second email that I sent to just the two of you. You better check with Jerry to make sure it's permission. I said, check the previous email.
Yeah.
It's all good. Okay.
Because the boss wanted me to call 6 o'clock like we did from Italy. And I said, great. Now, if I left at 6 o'clock yesterday, I would have been home at 8 o'clock before the storm hit. So I would have came home. But Jerry was right. I didn't want to be off the air. It all worked out great.
Yeah.
It all worked out great, but I didn't copy you guys. And you are up like midnight on Sundays. So the last thing I want to do is say, hey, Frank, I can't have a thing to, I'm sorry, I know I'm doing. I don't even want to bother you.
Well,
I don't want
it's
to bother
no
you.
bother. It's my job.
All right. I'll text you next time. I'll just text you. Can I text you now? Just a hello, hi, Frank.
Anytime. I love hearing from you. By the way, some new poll numbers.
Oh, stop with the polls.
Okay.
You're going to do news and ruin this whole show.
I don't like reporting.
I have no sleep. I'm not thinking. I don't want to talk about
I
anything.
don't like
else.
covering.
Al's going
I don't
with
like
the thing.
covering poll numbers either,
Matt.
but I just will say that so far in the first poll that includes Mike Bloomberg, he has now pulled ahead of Kamala Harris.
Wow.
In the Democrats.
So
he's
you
polling
can't
fifth.
listen. He'll never beat Donald Trump. I can tell you can't underestimate the guy. That is a big poll. So and Kamala said, Well, Mike's opening for me in Vegas. And it's like, oh, okay. Al's doing a dance now. Look out,
Baseball
man.
signs.
Like, you got topics in your hair, man. You can't tell
Not
me.
have topics
you
in my
got
hair. It's my
filler in
real
your hair,
hair.
brother. Yeah, I
Don't
don't
touch
know.
my hair.
7:35, Joey and the Frank and Al. Oh, you can't make
I
it up.
worked on it a long time.
All right,
and
Al's got the news with that smooth hair. Brought to you by Topics, the hair cover-up that only your fellow newscaster will tell. AM 970, The Answer, the news just for you right here. AM970theanswer.com. We love you, Australia. We love you listening around the country. But we are live and we are local in the greatest city in the world, New York, New York. Take it away, Big Al.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970, The Answer.
32 degrees at 7:36.
Do I read him now?
I'm Ron Burgundy with local news first. Here's what's going on. The biggest city in New Jersey is suing the Big Apple for sending homeless families across the river to live. NJ.com reporting Newark taking New York City to court to end a program that has allegedly relocated almost 1,200 families into Newark. The program has also purportedly sent more than 2,200 families to more than 60 communities in the Garden State, including those sent to Newark. The complaint alleges New York is violating interstate commerce rules by pressuring families to sign leases for illegal and uninhabitable apartments in New Jersey. More than 500 families have also been relocated to East Orange, Irvington, and Jersey City alone. Amazon workers in New York City are up taking a stand this holiday season as a number of workers protested outside of Jeff Bezos' New York City apartment for Cyber Monday. Nearly 36 employees gathered outside of Bezos' Fifth Avenue penthouse looking to draw attention away from the highly publicized day of deals for online shoppers. Recently, a number of workers staged a similar protest outside of a warehouse on Staten Island. The employees say they want more done about the dangers that warehouse workers face and added they're concerned about the negative impact on the environment that's caused by fast delivery. In sports, Knicks blown out by the Bucks 132-88. Islanders beat up the Red Wings 4-1. Golden Knights over the Rangers 4-1, while the Devils were embarrassed by the Sabres 7-1. College hoops tonight, St. John's takes on St. Peter's. Pregame at 6:10. The tip-off is at 6:30 right here on AM 970 The Answer. Sports brought to you by Modell's Sporting Goods Stores. You gotta go to Moe's. Stuck in traffic? Debbie Duhame's got the answer.
And good morning, Al. Over on the Hutch, northbound getting in toward Mill Road, getting up into Eastchester. It's an accident blocking a lane. Taconic North at Hortontown Hill Road up through Kent. An accident with injuries. Inbound GWB up to 40 minutes. Lincoln 25, Holland still 20. A down tree on Sussex Turnpike in Randolph. Watch for delays on 80 West, getting out toward exit 19 in Alamucci with a crash. Over on 517 in Alamucci, a down tree there as well. 287 North, exit 1 in Edison, a crash. Traffic is moving slowly on the eastbound side of the BQE up by the Battery Tunnel with an accident cleared, and on the FDR Drive south in the 70s, it's an accident. Cross Island northbound by the LIE, an accident just being cleaned up, and traffic moving slowly on 347 Wisconsin Turnpike. As you get out through Wisconsin, it's all due to a problem with a plow that fell right from a truck, so do expect some delays through that stretch. Partly cloudy today, high of 38. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Debbie, you sound great. Thanks so much. 7:39 with Joe on the radio. We'll be talking with Major Diaz from the Salvation Army in a moment. I want to tell you about Parry and Sons. Did you go yet? Look, it's Christmas season. If you're like me, you're panicking. Go and call Maria. You know, Glenn and Maria are retiring. So now they have this going out of business sale at Parry and Sons, up to 70% off. How many times have I told you how great the jewelry is at Parry and Sons, right? With Glenn and Maria and Debbie and Katie and the family over there. They've been in New Jersey for about 100 years. Now, designer watches, designer jewelry, and those diamonds that I keep telling you about, up to 70% off. They're liquidating everything. This is the legendary Parry and Sons right on Franklin Avenue in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. Again, they've been in Jersey almost 100 years. Glenn, Maria, time to retire. God bless them. We wish them all the very, very best. But first, they must liquidate everything store-wide. So this week, as you panic, as I panic about Christmas and the holidays, you can buy the jewelry and watches of your dreams at up to 70% off. Nothing is being held back. Parry & Sons going out of business sale going on right now. It's right there on Franklin Avenue in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey.
Hi, AM 970 listeners. Steve Adubato here. On One, whether it's politics, pop culture, business, or Broadway, we've got the conversations you want to hear.
There is always something to learn.
Do you enjoy talking politics? No.
That's a good question. High five.
So check out my show, One on One, weeknights at 7 p.m. on NJTV and 12:30 a.m. on WNET 13 and online on NJ.com.
Hey, it's Joe Piscopo. Catch my friend Steve and his great lineup of guests every weeknight on One with Steve Adobato.
'Twas the holiday season, and in your garage, a brand new John Deere. That's not a mirage. With neighbors admiring your shiny new ride, it's your year for a Deere to fill you with pride. So if additional offers are what you desire, see our low rates before they expire. Now start up your engines and drive out of sight. New John Deere equipment for all, and to all a good night. Make it your year for a Deere. See your John Deere dealer today to discover more amazing deals and attractive financing offers.
Hey, Joe on the radio, are you going to go to Italy with us, with me and Steve Perillo? You got to go. This is the thing. You're watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, and you're listening on AM970theanswer.com. Before we go to the Major and the Salvation Army, we want you, I have to tell you, we want you to go to Italy with us. Why? Because so many people, remember, we went the last time, we sold out a bus. Then we had the Murano on the side, and Frankie Five Boroughs got a bus, right? And Debbie went with us, right? We are selling out so quickly on this tour, this Easter in Rome tour. I don't want to hear you or meet you on the street and you go, oh, I tried to get in and I couldn't get in. We have some openings and you can get in now. Easter in Rome with Steve Perillo, Piscopo. Here's the number. I'll give you the number right off the top if I can. 800-431-1515. 800-431-1515. Just say, look, I want to go to Italy with Joey. We're going to have a ball. Rome, Assisi, Florence, the Tuscan countryside, Pisa, Siena. How about Cinque Terre? I've never seen Cinque Terre. I cannot wait. And so come fly with me, baby. A Perillo tour, you know, is a stress-free, escorted vacation where you do not lift a finger. That is the Perillo way, celebrating the 75th year in business. Our last trip sold out in record time. People are talking about it. You know who's talking about it? The industry, the radio industry. Wow, Steve Perillo, Piscopo, you guys sold out. It's selling out as fast this time. I need you to jump on with this. So we want to celebrate Easter in Rome with you, with Perillo and with Piscopo. 800-431-1515. Janice standing by as I speak. 800-431-1515. Or go here, please, PerilloTours.com.
They do have faces for radio, but you can still watch the Joe Piscopo Show now on Facebook or YouTube. AM970theanswer.com.
Live from the Smart Way to Buy.com studios.
Is that you, Santa Claus?
This is great. Is this Bruce? Is this me? What is it?
Big Bad Voodoo.
Oh, yeah, this is great. The Bruce should do this. That's like Hey, Joe on the radio, 743. I am flush with the Christmas spirit. And it's so, I see this season more celebrations all over. When I was in Kansas City, I went to Chicago. There seemed to be more Christmas celebrations. People are ready to just celebrate the holidays more. Then I went to LaGuardia. They had beautiful decorations at LaGuardia. So then Phil Boyce, our boss, our programming guru, said we're going to bring Salvation Army on, and the Salvation Army is going to give back. And here it is, Giving Tuesday today. So I remember I was at the Boys and Girls Club event, this beautiful fall event that Susan and the great team at the Boys and Girls Clubs of New Jersey, all over the state. They have this great event, and I saw these folks in the Salvation Army, you know, the uniforms, and I went over, I said, would you come on the air when we start our campaign and tell us all the great things Salvation Army is doing? So Major Jorge Diaz is with us, and Major, great to have you with us, and thank you for making the time, because it was good to see you. Thanks for being at the Boys and Girls Club event.
Well, don't thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
Wasn't that nice, though, that event?
Awesome.
Wasn't that great? You see those? How about the girl, Tanaya, the girl from the McGuire Air Force? Mm-hmm. So you know, elegant at her young age, right?
Yes,
from the Boys and Girls Club.
Well, you know, that's what the Salvation Army does as well, is that we work with kids in the inner city, and usually we hear a lot of bad stuff about kids in the inner city.
Sir. Yes, sir.
But let me tell you, when you give these kids an opportunity, you'll be surprised how they shine.
Yeah.
And that's what the Army is about, the Boys and Girls Club, these nonprofits that are working in the city. You know, we stuck to the inner city. When many organizations have decided to leave and go somewhere else, no. Our emphasis is in inner city. These are the kids that really need our help.
God bless you.
And the neat thing is that we don't do it alone. it is because of people like you and the general public in New York City that support the programs like the Salvation Army that we're able to accomplish so much.
Yeah. Tell us the statistic that you just told me. 84%, you said?
84 cents of every dollar goes into direct programming in the Salvation Army.
To this, right there,
Right
locally.
there. Yeah,
locally.
we locally or whatever. Do you know that we are in virtually every zip code in the United States?
Really?
Yes, we are.
Wow.
And we're in 131 countries throughout the world.
Wow. So you tell me about yourself, Major, if I may. Where were you brought up?
Well, I was brought up in Queens. I was born in.
You were born in Queens?
Yeah, I was born in Dominican Republic. My parents migrated here when I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
And so I'm a city kid at heart.
Yeah, man.
Ozone Park, Flushing, all that, Corona, Jackson Heights, So
That's great, man.
I'm a city kid at heart. And so
How did you find the vision of joining the Salvation Army?
Well, I was a contractor in Queens, okay, and it was a very successful contract. It was a small firm, but I enjoyed construction.
Yeah.
And to put it in religious terms, the Lord put a calling on my heart. I was called to work with people. And when I got the calling, man, it just, I didn't want to do it, to tell you the truth. Everything was happening. Everything was growing. My business was growing. Everything was going good in life. But in my heart, I kept, that fever in my heart saying, yeah, why not join the Salvation Army? I did it, and I've been an officer 33 years, and I haven't looked back.
Well, so I love that. And when I tell everybody about we want everybody to go to team970.org, team970.org. Donate what you can. And God bless you, Major, and thank you for giving back to the local communities.
Well, when we want to thank the city of New York, they are very, very supportive of the Salvation Army.
And I want everybody in the morning show here, with Frank and Al and Debbie. And we want to make sure everybody sees how the morning show audience, because it's tough. People are, what do you say to people who are, and I'm in that situation, pulled every which way with our bills. You got to pay for this. You got to pay for that. And you give to your local church. But you could always anything helps at the Salvation Army, correct?
Absolutely. You walk by a kettle in this Christmas season, you see them at the train station, at the different stores, whatever. Drop in a couple of bucks right there. And since we live in a cashless society, we've modernized, and now you could just go.
Wait a minute.
Apple Pay, Google, just your smartphone
with the kettle thing.
Absolutely.
They got the little thing
right on the sign there on the poster. Just pick up your phone and pop it on there. And
that's
watch.
great,
and you
man.
can donate whatever you want to the Salvation Army.
You can put your card and put the chip in there.
Yeah. So
and where are those volunteers? Are just that? They're volunteers that come out.
Yeah, they're volunteers. They come out. They help us. Some we hire some people that in fact, some of the people that we've hired are people that we have helped throughout the years. And they want to give back and say, hey, you guys helped me out.
Yeah.
I want to give back by helping the Army collect some money.
You're doing God's work, man, Major Jorge Diaz. Before we go, Major, and again, we want everybody to go to team970.org, team970.org, and show the heart that the morning show audience has. The economy is doing better than ever, and it will do better. But sometimes the economy doesn't take everybody along with it. So, and what I always say, because I've worked within the inner cities for almost 25 years now. That is my mission, my purpose, helping the at-risk communities, as we did with the Boys and Girls Clubs in New Jersey. Whether the parents are working, whether the parents are incarcerated, whether the parents are drug addicted, we have to be a safety net because the government just plain doesn't do enough. What do you tell everybody when they say, well, I pay my taxes, I do this, I do that? There are people that are indeed forgotten, that go without breakfast. Sure. They can't feed the kids. Sure. And some folks are homeless. And the Salvation steps up in this regard.
Well, Joe, you hit on something very important, and that is that the government cannot do it all.
Yeah.
Okay? And so we are part of what we call the safety net in New York City. Okay? And so, we all have bills. I have bills too. But let me tell you, it's not a matter of dollars and cents. You have to think about it with your heart. If you see a reputable organization and you know they're doing good work, you drop a couple of bucks in the kettle or send in a check or whatever, you could know that you're helping out a fellow New Yorker or New Jersey person from New Jersey. Yeah. You're just helping them out, and you could sleep better at night.
Yeah, it's well said. And thank you for doing that, because I see it, man. I see the people. We see the homeless people on the street, and we see they have no place to go, or at least they don't know where to go. And then the stressed areas of the inner cities. You guys are right front and center in that.
Yeah, and also not only the people that are homeless, but talk about the kids that get Christmas gifts. Over 100,000 children we served last year. And so your money goes to buy those Christmas gifts to those kids. And can you imagine the smile on the face of a child when he wakes up Christmas morning and know that somebody helped out? That's kind of cool.
Major, I tell you, you're doing God's work, my friend. We appreciate it. It's team970.org. Please, team970.org. And is there a way people can give a donation by phone as well, or is it better just going
It's
online?
better to go on Give New York, Give NYC. Is all one word, and text the number 41444. 41444, and your donation will go directly to the Salvation Army.
Right, and you can start by going to team970.org. This man from Queens, New York, Major Jorge Diaz of the Salvation Army. Major, thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you and Godspeed, my friend. Great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. Debbie Duhame's out there on the roads looking out for you on AM 970 The Answer. Good morning, Debbie Duhame. How we doing this morning?
Joe, I see delays on the Hutch North, getting into Mill Road, getting up into Eastchester. It's an accident. Watch out for icy conditions, especially on the secondary roads. 517 in Hackettstown, a down tree. We're seeing some slowdowns as well as you head over to the Merritt Parkway, northbound into 49 in Trumbull. It's an accident being cleared from that spot. FDR Drive south in the 70s, a crash, and the LIE east at Old Nichols Road, accident on the shoulder. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970. The Answer.
All right. Thank you so much. What a nice man. What a nice man. I love that. Giving back like he's giving back. Let's go back to you getting a present for someone that you don't know what to get for, okay? We'll go back to the regular world here, you and I. You know what I did? I went to TrumpCoin2020.com. I did. And then I put in my own code, Piscopo. I get such a kick out of it if I order flowers or I order something or I go to Balance of Nature and I put in AM 970 or I put in The Answer, I put in Piscopo. I typed in Piscopo. I got $10 off and I got this beautiful presentational case that I'm showing you. With this coin it's from Noble Gold, and for Al and I had the best conversation with the folks at Noble Gold the other day. He stayed after. He was ready to run out. He had his backpack on. I said, Al, I want to talk to the folks at Noble Gold. They have a podcast. They want to talk to me. I said, who did they talk to? Well, Dennis Prager. You talked with Dennis Prager? I said, who else do you want to talk to? We talked with Mike Gallagher. I said, well, I am in good company, and we had a great chat. Now, thanks for sticking around that day. Now, and I told the guys at Noble Gold, I said, how great this is, because look at that. It's like a collector's piece right here. Beautiful limited edition collector's piece, just in time for the 2020 election, just in time to irritate your liberal friends. The front of this new silver 1 ounce coin. So 1 ounce coin features the bust of the president, right? Right here. Hand over his heart, American flag flying behind him. And if I turn it around, as you can see, I'm showing it on camera now. Right there. Look at this. It says, we will make America strong again, proud again, safe again. We will make America great again. Now you have a special offer from Noble Gold. Use the promo code Piscopo. You receive $10 off and get a free collector's case. And do exactly what I did. You got to go to TrumpCoin2020.com. Use the promo code Piscopo for $10 off the new Trump Commander-in-Chief coin, plus a new collector's case to display this beautiful silver commemorative coin. All right? This offer is only valid for a very limited time. Please don't wait. TrumpCoin2020.com. Promo code Piscopo.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
For the past decade, I've been dealing with very painful brown spots on my forehead, and I could never just take a wash rag across my forehead. I didn't dare, because it would have been just horribly painful. And last week, in my haste, I scrubbed the whole thing, and there was no pain there. And so I quickly went to the mirror, and I realized at that moment the painful brown spots that I've been dealing with for the past decade, they're gone. I could barely speak. I could barely do anything. I was frozen in this elated state of mind because I've been battling this for a decade. And it wasn't until the following day I looked at my hands and I looked at my arms, and there's very few brown spots on my hands and arms. You know, as a retired RN, I know the importance of nutrition. I always have. I mean, if you just feed people good food like this, it's actually healing you from the cellular level out. I'm living proof of that because there's only one thing that changed in my life, and that was taking Balance of Nature. And I will forever be grateful. I'll never stop taking it. I'll never be without my Balance of Nature, ever.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Call or go online now and become a preferred customer, which gives you our best pricing and free shipping. And we will take an additional 25% off of your first order. This will be a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code The Answer.
Portions of this show sponsored by Route 22 Toyota.
We got donations.
Yeah,
coming in
somebody
already?
just donated.
Thank you
after
so much.
hearing us.
You know what? God
And if
bless you. God
yeah.
bless you. It's Giving Tuesday, okay? And forgive me, there's a lot going on, but it's 7:55, and Anthony Pope's going to join us, and Mitchell Modell is going to join. I'm so excited that Mitchell on the show. We're going to have so much fun. But it is Giving Tuesday, and my heart tells you, that you got to give back to those less fortunate, right? So we want you to go to team970.org, make a donation, and thank you. Already the donations are coming in. Even though the economy is like screaming, there's been some tough times for folks and families, and it's hard on children, which is why this year our campaign is focusing on the ways in which the Salvation Army helps the adults and children that have fallen on difficult times, as you just heard Major Diaz talk about. Salvation Army does incredible work on behalf of children and families in need all over America. Here are some facts that you might not know about the Salvation Army's reach. Almost 23 million people in the U.S. are served by the Salvation Army every year with things like shelter, meals, and Christmas assistance. Over the course of a year, the Salvation Army will serve 52 million meals to families and kids in need. That's the equivalent of the population of California and Texas combined. Many people would no doubt go hungry, many of them children, without the help of the Salvation Army. So please, help the Salvation, help millions of children and their families by going to, ready? Team970.org now. Come on, this is a team effort. Giving back, team970.org. We're looking to raise $24,000 by the last day of December, and we need your help now. Appreciate it so very much. Go to team970.org now and join our team by giving, and get your friends, family, and coworkers to contribute as well. Please give to the organization that is doing the most good, the Salvation Army. Give to my online red kettle now at team970.org. He does this. He does this.
Everyone.
That's nice. It's a nice song. It's a little creepy, Al.
It's not creepy. This was on last night. It was wonderful.
I like that. I like that.
Wonderful. It's
Let me
the
hear- let me
best
hear.
Christmas
Burlesque,
movie.
burlesque.
Shatner's Christmas album, Danny Aiello's Christmas album.
Danny Aiello.
We're gonna get to
All right, we'll do it. But Silver and Gold. I like. By the way, I like that stop action, and I do. What was the name of that? Is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Is that what it was? Love it. Love it.
Bobby Boris Pickett had Monsters Holiday, great Christmas song.
No.
Play that on your show.
All right. That's it. You know what? We're into the Christmas music. We're into the Christmas season. Anthony Pope, renowned New Jersey attorney, AM 970 legal analyst. You got some issues legally? Anthony will answer them for you. The one, the only, the iconic legend, Mitchell Modell, CEO and president of Modell Sporting Goods, will join us live. Mike Gallagher from Israel and Bobby Spencer from Jersey Boys right here on Piscopo in the morning.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
32 degrees at 7:59. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. Lincoln Center's David Geffen Hall getting a $500 million renovation. Details of the project released yesterday. Moving the stage closer to the audience, constructing a new seating area behind the orchestra. In total, the new layout will have 500 less seats. The overhaul expected to be completed by March of 2024. Touching tributes are pouring in for one of the world's most famous cats. Little Bub took the internet by storm in 2011 because of her unique look. She had bulging eyes, tiny legs, and a tongue that always stuck out despite her health issues. Little Bub died unexpectedly in her sleep this weekend at the age of 8. Her dad made the announcement on Instagram for Little Bub's 2 million followers. He wrote she was the kindest and most magical living force on our planet. In sports, Knicks blown out by the Bucks. Islanders beat up the Red Wings. Golden Knights over the Rangers. The Devils embarrassed by the Sabres. You now know what's going on. I'm Al Gattulo, AM 970, The Answer.
From the studios of AM 970, The Answer, on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
Tues this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Saying that nobody needs NATO more than France, President Trump is criticizing French President Macron for saying the alliance suffers brain death.
Europe unites and they go against a common foe. That may or may not be a foe. Can't tell you that. But there are other foes out there also. But I think nobody needs it more than France. And that's why I think that when France makes a statement like they made about NATO, it's a very dangerous statement for them to make.
The president speaking at the NATO summit underway in London. Later this morning, Mr. Trump will meet one-on-one with his French counterpart. The Democrat-controlled House Intelligence Committee expected to release its impeachment inquiry report later today.
Democrats are trying to make the case that President Trump engaged in impeachable wrongdoing and misconduct when he pressured Ukrainian officials to investigate political rivals, like former Vice President Joe Biden, while withholding military aid to the struggling country. Republicans have a rebuttal of the committee report that President Trump did nothing wrong and that it was prudent to use caution in dealing with Ukraine. The proceedings go from the House Intelligence Committee to the Judiciary Committee, which has a hearing Wednesday with legal experts. Jackie Quinn, Washington.
Sound familiar? It may if you live in upstate New York or New England, where snowblowers working overtime this morning, clearing away more than a foot of snow. In some places, hundreds of schools have been closed. Airports trying to get back to normal after hundreds of flights were canceled. Tens of thousands of utility customers have been left without power. 7 upstate counties in eastern New York under a state of emergency, and it is a challenging morning commute for a lot of people. Wall Street, Dow futures down 171 points. NASDAQ futures off 61. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Sebastian Gorka here. Maybe you've been hearing about Relief Factor, the 100% drug-free supplement that helps a person's body deal with inflammation and pain. You've heard all the wonderful testimonials. Well, I have my own testimonial. For many years, my lower back pain was becoming a serious problem. The short story is, I finally gave it a try, and now I'm out of pain too. So if you're in pain, you can order the 3-week quick start for just $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com.
The holidays are a time for family. Until you mention politics, and then it's all screaming meltdowns.
I'm Dennis Prager. There's no more important issue facing America today. Americans are afraid to speak out even at their own holiday table. But there is a film that is fighting back, No Safe Spaces.
No Safe Spaces? It really is fantastic. You should go check it out.
I am over the moon about No Safe Spaces. Every American needs to see this.
See No Safe Spaces, only in theaters. Rated PG-13. Go to nosafespaces.com for tickets.
Finding the right holiday gift can be so stressful unless you're giving impressive, personalized, and unique gifts to your family, friends, and clients from Pompeii Gift Baskets, a family-owned business in New Jersey with a history of inspiring joy with delicious foods and drinks. Pompeii Gift Baskets specialize in providing a wide array of customizable gift baskets featuring luxury wines, champagnes, beer, coffee, tea, decadent snacks, chocolate truffles, cookies, and more. Wine and liquor bottles can even be engraved with a special message, photo, or logo. Basket themes are personalized and can range anywhere from elegant and chic to masculine or sports themed. Go to PompeiiGiftBaskets.com to create your custom order or call Daniela. She'll work within any budget to get your gift just right, down to including kosher options if needed. Delivery is available throughout the U.S., from single baskets or bottles to large corporate orders. To create your custom gift, call Pompeii Gift Baskets at 888-272-0220. That's 888-272-0220. Or visit PompeiiGiftBaskets.com. That's Pompeii, Pompei, giftbaskets.com.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Alternate side parking rules are suspended for ongoing snow operations. Metered parking rules in effect. FDR Drive South moving slowly down through the 70s with an accident. It's kind of busy on 347 westbound getting down through Wisconsin. Plow fell from a truck over there. Inbound GWB 40, Lincoln 25, Holland about 30. Traffic moving slowly on 80 East exit 52, getting out through Fairfield with an accident there. Sponsored by Staples. At Staples, your ink is always in stock and at low prices. Now get 25% back in rewards when you spend $75 on ink or $200 on toner. Staples, there's a whole lot in store this holiday. Offer ends 12/7/19. Restrictions apply. See store or staples.com/25 in rewards. Staples. Partly cloudy today, high of 38. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
The following segment paid for by the Anthony Pope Law Firm.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day with your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano with news guy Al Gottulo and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is the Joe Piscopo Show on AM 970. The Answer.
And now it's time for An Audience with the Pope, featuring esteemed, distinguished, and renowned trial attorney Anthony Pope.
Esteemed, distinguished, or renowned? Which do you choose to use, Anthony?
I'll take either one of them.
I am so excited this morning. I'm 12 hours at an airport. I'm in Kansas City. I'm in Chicago. I'm performing. I got shows this weekend. I don't know where I'm going. Anthony Pope, he's been my best friend for when Woodrow Wilson was president 150 years ago. Don Pepe, Route 21.
I just happened to call him last night too when he was at the airport.
Yeah.
So I heard it all last night. I heard it all.
You got a
this
preview
morning
of today's
on the
show.
way over.
I was getting on the plane when you called, and you're talking, and I was in Southwest, which means you're like a sardine with no respect, and get in the smallest seat you can, and they're very nice. But meantime, I'm talking on the phone. And Anthony says he's got some great things to talk about in a second. We appreciate you being here.
Sure.
Then I look
Mitchell
Modell in the house. We got a lot going on here, and so it's very. And then Frankie, we're doing math. What was the math thing? I just forgot. We were going to do a math thing.
Balance in nature.
Balance in nature. Oh,
right. I asked about it.
How many does he take a day?
Yeah,
whatever.
I said, how many do you take a day? And you couldn't figure it out. I think it's 2 times a day or 4 times a day.
So look, I go like
that. Three times a day.
Do this. If you're listening and you're watching, you'll get this. I looked at Gottulo. I looked at Al. I go, Al, how many is that? He froze like he was in math class.
I did.
The look
Usually
at
I cut
you
math
see,
class,
look at his
But it's 3 and 3. 3 fruits, 3 vegetables. You get sick, you double up. 6 and 6.
Oh my God! Did you see that look on his face?
Yes, I saw that. But good to be here, guys.
Anthony,
Thank you,
great
Al,
to have you.
Frank.
Anthony, so you know what? A lot of people talking about, first of all, with marijuana, with alcohol, marijuana. And now people with the DUIs. I mean, how do you address that when someone comes to you for a DUI? Whether it's do you have to decipher if it's booze, if it's marijuana? I mean, how do you deal with that?
Well, we don't have to decipher it. And our law firm, the Anthony Pope Law Firm. I mean, basically, you come in as an evaluation and an assessment, but the ticket that's issued will reflect exactly what it is, whether it's DWI or it's DUI, being under the influence of some intoxicant. The difference is with DWI, there's a breathalyzer machine. Let's start from the beginning. First of all, for someone to stop you when you're driving your motor vehicle, they have to have probable cause. So that's the first thing you look at as an attorney. Did they have probable cause to stop the car? If they didn't, then it doesn't matter what follows because everything would be suppressed if a court found there was no probable cause. Assuming there is probable cause, and now the police officer comes up to the driver, and the driver manifests some indication of intoxication. If the officer has reasonable suspicion, he could ask the person to come out of the car, and they could then do a field sobriety test. Now, you could agree to it or you could disagree with it. You don't have to consent to it. Most people will do it. If after the field sobriety test and the observations of the officer, they determine that you're under the influence, you're now placed under arrest. Then you have to go to headquarters. Then once you get to headquarters, you have to wait for 20 minutes before they'll take the breathalyzer machine. That's the conditions under which it has to be done. You have no right to refuse it, typically under the old law. And if you refused it, you get an additional 6 months from what you'll get on the DWI. And the breathalyzer machine can be attacked, of course. So DWI is a very special area of law. There's a lot to it. It's not just the traffic ticket. People have to be mindful that, especially under the old law, you would lose your license if convicted on the first offense. What's interesting now is that what took effect on December 1st is the law changed. So on a first-time offense, if your reading is between 0.08 and 0.10, you don't have to lose your license. what happens is, if it's a first-time offense, you'll then have an interlock device that you have to install in your car. As long as you install that interlock device, the moment it's installed, you could go back to driving.
What do you do? Got to breathe into something? Is that
Yes,
what it is?
the car won't start. The interlock device goes on the steering wheel, and you have to breathe into it. If you're intoxicated, you can't start the car. So what happened was the legislature in New Jersey, and this is for New Jersey, not New York, they decided that, it seemed to be unfair because you get a first-time offender. People have jobs, they have careers, they have and all of a sudden now you could lose everything for a first-time offense. And if it's 0.08, you're just over that up to one. You're not really, you broke the law technically, but it doesn't warrant you losing your license.
You're looking at Al
and your life. No, not at all.
He drives to all these tap takeovers.
Al, that wasn't me, Al.
No, I know. No, it's him.
I was going to say, can I have your card, Anthony? Can I have your card? Can I have your card? Where's that Anthony Pope law firm? Where's that? Yeah.
So now you don't have to lose your license.
I've never seen Al listen so intently. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You don't have to lose your license. But the viewers should be mindful. That's up to a certain point. So normally what it was you would be exposed to a 3 to 7 month license revocation if you were between that range. Now, if you're up to 0.15 or if you go beyond 1.5, then you're subjected to a loss of license still.
Yeah.
Because then your intoxication is almost double what it should be. But what's changed is instead of a 7 to 12 month range for loss of license, it's now a 4 to 6 month change.
Oh my God, how do you
with
figure
the
all this out?
With the interlock device.
Yeah.
But the interlock device, the amount of time that you have to have it on is increased with the new law. So the whole idea, as I see it here, is for people to be given that one shot. Maybe you have an alcohol problem. Maybe it was just a mistake, an aberration, a holiday party, whatever. Let's allow people to work. Let's allow them to get back with their life. But let's have this interlock device plus some fines and things that are associated with it. So I see it as a pretty good thing, quite honestly. One thing it will do, though, is I think it'll increase the trials that take place. Because if you no longer stand the risk of losing your license, and you could cut off a couple months, sometimes people would take the plea. Now you're not going to lose your license even if you lose at trial, so why not take a shot?
Yeah.
The second-time offenders, though, it's still a loss of license, but instead of a mandatory 2 years, now it's between 1 and 2 years. So I think on the second degree or the second-time offenders, there'll be less trials. On the third-time offenders, it simply changed from a 10-year mandatory license suspension to a 8-year license suspension, but you also have mandatory jail time when you have the third offense.
Here's my question, though, man. Well, how does a police officer, and you were a cop at 19 years old, I feel for the police, and we always support law enforcement on the show. How's a cop going to tell if you're smoking weed or if you're drinking? You could smell drinking. You have the breathalyzer test. Well, how do you tell? How does a police officer say? Is it his discretion?
Well, it's not a police officer really, unless they're trained in narcotics. They really can't opine as to a particular narcotic. What they can do, though, is if you are impaired, if you're swaying on the road, they pull you over. They do a field sobriety test, and you cannot conduct any of the field sobriety tests. And this generally is on video. Well, then you're under the influence of something, so they will charge you with a DUI. With alcohol, of course, as you said, that what happens is if they smell the alcohol, and even if they don't smell the alcohol, if the field sobriety tests are inadequate, they will take you to police headquarters under arrest, and then they'll do the BAC test, and that'll determine how much alcohol, if any, is in your system. But people have been charged without having any alcohol in their system based on the observations, and that's always challengeable in a court of law. That's why it's important for people in these instances, because the risks are so serious. You really need to seek legal legal advice. There's no question if you're stopped and charged, unfortunately, with DWI. And now is the time that these things happen, certainly, as we're coming into the holidays.
But why would I understand the first-time offender situation that you mentioned, but why would the legislature make it less of a penalty for a third-time offender to go from a 10-year mandatory suspension to an 8-year? I mean, once you're caught drinking and driving 3 times, you've got a real problem.
Yeah,
I don't want that guy driving. Gal.
Frank, I think there's a whole mindset in New Jersey as to lesser penalties, less people in jail. This particular governor doesn't believe that he believes we have too many people in jail. He believes the penalties are still strict. I don't really see that much of a difference between 10 and 8. I think if somebody is going to rehabilitate, they're going to go for Alcohol Anonymous and they're going to go and try to get their life in order. I don't think that cut in 2 years is going to be a risk to the community. So I think it's just a mindset and it's a general course that's taking place in New Jersey to lessen penalties, let people out of jail earlier, give people more opportunity.
But don't drink and drive, man.
No, listen, Joe, we're all on the road, so the last thing we want to do is have that.
I don't even take a sip anymore. Just I don't want to be impaired behind the wheel. But when you're younger, you don't think about it that much.
And also, Joe, your body weight and how much you ate could affect whether or not you're really impaired.
Yeah.
So that's why I think the first-time offenders, I think this is appropriate. And be mindful, though, this has nothing to do with if you're involved in an accident or somebody's hurt. You still face criminal penalties.
Yeah.
If you're driving while intoxicated and somebody, God forbid, gets hurt or killed. So that doesn't change that law. It just simply, if there's no accident, there's no injuries, that's the type of situation this addresses.
Anthony Pope breaking it down. A lot of people come to you for this. I guess
sure. DWI is a big area. Yeah, there's no doubt.
And we've all had somebody who's had some kind of situation, and a problem. So, hey, but on a national level, what's going on with this impeachment situation? Anthony, now today they're going to hand down the articles of impeachment. And now you, as a lawyer, you're watching this. And I mean, what did my dad always tell me? I was like, reasonable doubt. If there's any reasonable doubt, you would throw the case. If this was a criminal case against President Trump, the way they're doing it now, with the information that they don't even have, it would be thrown out of court, right?
Well, no, it wouldn't be thrown out of court, Joe. It would go to a trier of fact to make the decision. The standard of beyond a reasonable doubt is for a judge and or a jury to determine once the charges have been brought. So the Congress writes up the articles of impeachment. If they have the votes to move them forward, it then goes to the Senate, and the Senate acts like a jury. And unless the Senate has 67 votes or more, then he would be acquitted, or the Senate could really just dismiss it when it reaches the Senate floor. Look, as from my assessment as an attorney, I don't see a crime here. I don't see the quid pro quo. The conversation was edgy. I think the president is not a typical politician, as we all know. Should he have put it in different words? If I was advising him, I certainly would have told him to do so. But you can't compare this to Nixon, for instance, who's on tape telling people to break into the Democratic headquarters to steal stuff, or Bill Clinton, who admitted that he lied under oath and committed a crime. It's not the same thing. I just don't see any smoking gun here, any crime. His language, his manner is always suspect sometimes, but it's not a crime. This is a political situation, and unfortunately, that's the world we're living in right now.
I know. And the Supreme Court, Anthony Pope, it's interesting. I think this is all what this is about. I really think they just, because they get nervous. The district judges that the president is putting in place as we speak, and then the Supreme Court now, and with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, we wish her all the best.
Yeah, I hope she lives forever. She's a great jurist, but I don't disagree with you. Donald Trump, from the very beginning, is threatened the system the way it existed, and the politicians don't want that. And that's the way. But before I leave, guys, thank you again. I want to give a shout out to Gus Percio, a dear friend from Nutley, New Jersey.
Gus,
say hello to Gus, Joe.
Gus, how are you?
He is a loyal follower of this show, and he's a great guy, a former United Parcel worker. And Gus, we love you, and thank you so much for always listening to the show.
How many Gus's do you hear?
I don't know many Gus.
Gus is a great name.
Yeah, it's a great
name.
Not
enough Gus's in this
And this
world.
guy's a great guy. So
Gus is a great guy. Gus, how are you? Anthony, we love you, man. Thanks a lot.
Love you too, buddy. Thank you, guys.
If somebody wants to get in touch with you, Anthony, if I may. may.
Yeah, 973-344-4406.
Yeah.
The Anthony Pope Law Firm. We have a great website. Just go on. We'll tell you the services that we offer. And everybody have a good holiday. I hope to see you next week.
Merry
If not,
Christmas, man.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Anthony Pope.
Thank
Anthony
you.
Pope right there. Mitchell Modell coming in studio live. Worth the price of admission alone. It's cold outside, baby. Joe Piscopo on the radio. Here comes Mitchell, 20 after 8 o'clock, and Debbie Duhame's on the roads for you on AM 970, The Answer.
Hey, good morning, Joe, and good morning, Anthony. Good morning, everybody. Let's see what's happening here on Route 1. Route 1 south at Major Road into South Brunswick. An accident there to deal with. 202, 206 getting into 287 in Bridgewater. Another collision. 80 as you head eastbound out through 52 in Fairfield. An accident just cleared. We're still seeing delays on Sussex Turnpike over in Randolph with downed trees. Watch for some slowdowns on the FDR Drive south in the 70s with an accident there. And the Cross Island North getting up toward Hempstead Turnpike. That's another accident. It's busy on the Meadowbrook North at Loop Parkway with a collision. 347 westbound, still stop and go getting down through Wisconsin. Plow fell from a truck. And over on the Sawmill South at Grant Street into Pleasantville, a collision there as well. Checking in on the forecast, partly cloudy today, high of 38. Partly cloudy tomorrow, high of 41. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Hey, Joe on the radio. I want to take this time to tell you about Dr. Ed Romano and Aesthetic Smiles of New Jersey. Dr. Ed's great. You know, CDs right there, all fake. So I tell you, you too could have these fake. Mitchell's next to me. Don't put Mitchell in the same. You know, Ed Romano is a great guy, and he would understand this. I have to tell you seriously, though, he's such a good guy. We were at the Army game with Al, and we went there, and Dr. Ed and his lovely wife were there, and he goes, Joe, I know he wanted me to tell you about Aesthetic Smiles in New Jersey and Morristown. So I'm telling you about Aesthetic Smiles of New Jersey in Morristown. Dr. Ed could I'll give you a great smile. Then he's got a girl in his office. Listen to this. This is what he says to Al and I. Suffering from triple-negative breast cancer. She's young. She's bright. We all hate to see that happen to somebody. So, of course, Dr. Romano steps up. He says to Al and I, could you talk about this lovely gal? And we want to do a little fundraiser. Instead of reading my commercial, we tell everybody about this wonderful gal. So if you want to help out, we all know someone's been affected by this terrible disease. Please head to eventbrite.com, eventbrite.com. Search for Raising Hope, a benefit for Natalia Rodriguez, and donate today. And, I mean, Dr. Ed's got a big heart, man, and this is great that he's doing this. Please, you can go to eventbrite.com. That's Raising Hope, a benefit for Natalia Rodriguez.
Hi, AM 970 listeners. Steve Adubato here. On One-on-One, we go in-depth and up close on the issues that matter to you.
The jobs of tomorrow are not the jobs of yesterday.
Our culture, I don't think, has ever been tested the way it's being tested right now.
So check out my show, One-on-One, weeknights at 7 p.m. on NJTV and 12:30 a.m. on WNET 13 and online on NJ.com.
Hey, it's Joe Piscopo. Catch my friend Steve and his great lineup of guests every weeknight on One-on-One with Steve Adubato.
Joe Piscopo here, coming to you from the smartwaytobuy.com studios. If you look around these days, everything is getting smarter. Smartphones, smart TVs, even smart refrigerators. Well, now, after 100 years of the same old dumb way of buying cars, there's the smart way to buy a car. Just go to thesmartwaytobuy.com and see how easy they've made it. With really smart things like the Smart Way to Buy's 110% low price guarantee that ensures you are getting the best price for your next used vehicle. Need a car for commuting to work? Do you have a teenager looking for the first car? Well, then you should definitely visit the smartwaytobuy.com. It's your go-to place for the widest selection of used cars in New Jersey. Plus, every vehicle comes with a 5-day, 500-mile exchange policy, so you can't lose. Now that's smart. The Smart Way to Buy, only at thesmartwaytobuy.com. That's thesmartwaytobuy.com. Anything else just wouldn't be smart.
The holidays are a time for family. Until you mention politics, and then it's all screaming meltdowns.
I'm Dennis Prager. There's no more important issue facing America today. Americans are afraid to speak out even at their own holiday table. But there is a film that is fighting back, No Safe Spaces.
No Safe Spaces? It really is fantastic. You should go check it out.
I am over the moon about No Safe Spaces. Every American needs to see this.
See No Safe Spaces, only in theaters. Rated PG-13. Go to nosafespaces.com for tickets.
All right. Hey, Joe Piscopo on the radio. It's 824 on AM 970, The Answer. Around the country, around the world. Australia, I know you're listening. Mom, we love you and appreciate you tuning in to AM970theanswer.com. But if you're ever in Jersey, you can go to Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. Come from Australia, go to Parry & Sons. You know why? Glenn and Maria are retiring. Listen to this. They've been around for 100 years. Not Glenn and Maria personally. The father was. But Glenn and Maria are retiring, and they must liquidate everything in their store. So everything at Parry & Sons has been discounted up to 70%. Parry & Sons, they've always been, I've always told you about Glenn, Maria, and Katie, and Debbie, and those beautiful stones that I saw, how they fixed. See this watch right here? Glenn Parry, he fixed it for me like that. So if you want to go see some spectacular jewelry, this week you can buy the jewelry that I've been telling you about the last few years, and watches of your dreams up to 70% off. Nothing is being held back. Parry & Sons, going out of business sale going on right now, right there on Franklin Avenue in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey.
The Joe Piscopo Show, streaming live right now on Facebook and YouTube. Or tune in at AM970theanswer.com.
Portions of this show sponsored by Hudson Honda.
This portion of Piscopo in the Morning brought to you by Modell's Sporting Goods Stores.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Do we have a Hanukkah song? Can you get Adam Sandler for Mitchell Modell, please? Too much Christmas.
I love it. It's Christmas spirit.
Mitchell Modell in the house, man. There's that guy right there.
There we go.
The legend. You are the best. You know what? You are the best spokesperson for what you do. People love you. You're like iconic. You're like friendly. People love. They come to the store. They look for you. And when you go to the stadium, Mitchell, they're yelling at you and everything. It's great how you didn't mean to create this whole iconic kind of self-awareness. It just came because of your personality, huh?
Joe, you taught me all of this.
Oh, yeah, man.
I've been hanging around you. Are we going to be singing My Way today or no?
Yeah, we got it. We'll crank it up for you if you like. As we go up, we'll do My Way. We've done that before.
And we've been doing it your way the whole time I've known you.
Mitchell, hey, the event, your Crohn's and Colitis event was great.
You were spectacular.
Oh,
you sang New York, Joe. Everyone's still talking about it. When you're walking around the room in front of 800 people, you're spectacular.
You drew so many people. They all came out. You raised good money for Crohn's and Colitis. Those kids that came up, oh my gosh, my heart was like...
Unbelievable.
It really is. And you don't even realize it. Yet you stepped up. Before we get into Modell's and these great genes, by the way, thank you for that. Al's going to break them out in a second. Tell us about the Crohn's and Colitis and how you got involved in it, because I was so moved by that.
So my brother, may he rest in peace, Michael, was diagnosed in 1967 with Crohn's. People didn't even know what it was.
No.
You know, President Eisenhower had ileitis, and so my parents, along with the Sue and Irwin Rosenthal, said, what can we do about it?
Yeah.
This was 52 years ago. Whoa. 52 years ago. Now we have chapters almost in every state in the country that we've raised a few $100 million through grants through the federal government and through fundraising.
Yeah.
And my mother, God bless her, 95 years old, was there at the event.
She looked great.
And she was unbelievable.
She looks great.
She said, is Joe available? I said, Ma, he likes a little younger. My mother's 95.
You're the worst. So Mitchell goes, I hung the whole... Listen, first of all, on the air, we appreciate you coming on to the show, because I said this off the air. When they see the Modell moniker, the Modell name, it gives you credibility. And you jumped on this show, and you didn't have to, because you're so big now. You're all over up and down the East Coast. So thank you for that. We have to thank you.
Joe, you told me if we didn't support your show, I should lose your number. Tell the world what happened. I didn't do it from the place of my heart.
I know a guy.
You threatened me.
I'd like you to advertise on a program, Mr. Modell, if you don't mind. Otherwise, I know a guy. No, it wasn't like
that.
But
it works. I get so many responses. They go, this Joe Piscopo, do you really know him? Is he really that kind of a character? I go, you have no idea.
Baby, it's cold outside. And you were just so close with your kids. God bless you. You're always with your kids.
Max and Matthew love when they see what's the first thing they say. It's cold outside.
It's cold out there, baby. You know what? It's great. And then when we go into the Modells, and I go to the Modells, and I go to Bridgewater, and we
They
go
love you in Bridgewater.
and then I go and I call Mitchell, just so you know, you're listening, you're watching, and I go, yeah, you're on TV there. Hi, there's Mitchell Modell right there. And so I go, Mitchell say, oh, you know Mitchell Modell and the managers, and then you get on the phone, and then you talk to them, and they love you like family. Your managers, these gals that you make managers, they've been with you for years and years and years. You know,
we are blessed to have the most dedicated associates.
Yeah.
They care about the company, and you know what? They're the reason why we're still in business after 130 years. And we have the greatest associates in the world.
I know you. I want to put you. We are very close friends, and listen, I love you like a brother, man. I love you like a brother. But you are an astute businessman. It's a tough time to go in. Everybody's online. Everybody's on Amazon. I go to Modell's for everything. You have a Rawlings collection like nothing else. And my guys in St. Louis love you.
Was that a great event?
Did I give you a shout out? Did I give you a shout out?
Thank God I didn't leave the event. But Joe, that event was so long. Right? How long was that event?
It was,
But it was great. You had the greatest players in baseball. You know, the Rawlings defensive players.
And they all know you personally. You the first name. I've been Al. I would love this. Al's a sports guy, you know. So Al. So we're gonna go to the G's in a second. I'm at. If you're a guest of Mitchell's or you're there at Yankee Stadium, Mitchell will say to somebody going into bat, whether it's Aaron Judge or everybody, he'll go Aaron like that. The player, and right as he's about to face a 97-mile-an-hour curveball, Mitchell like that. He'll look over at you. You guys. Hey.
And Joe's always asking, could you sign a baseball for me for my son Mike?
Right,
Would you do that for Mike?
No, I know.
It's not for me. It's for my son.
Right.
It is, and it's so great. You've created such a great feel.
By the way, for someone who was on a plane waiting for 12 hours, I got to tell you,
I'm
did you shower? How'd you look? You look fabulous.
You know what? It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. I'm on my way to plastic surgery, to plugs. I'm getting all the sponsorship. We want surgeons. I want the people to put the plugs in your head, you know, and everything else. So, and now we have to tell you the new product from Modell's, because Mitchell's going to tell you about something that's happening. I know these. This is a great product, and I have these at home.
These are line jeans. It comes in denim.
Can we get a full shot, Georgie? There you go. There you go. Great shot.
It comes in canvas.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa.
If you're working outside, construction workers, they eat this thing up like you can't believe. If it's yesterday in a snowstorm, you can't believe how many jeans we sold yesterday. Saturday night, I don't know if you're familiar with what's going on.
How great is this?
There's a world.
How great do you love it?
There's a world sleep
from
out
his heart. Listen
in
to him.
60 countries that UNICEF's putting on.
Saturday night it is, Mitchell?
This Saturday night in Times Square, Modell's donated 1,500 sleeping bags.
Wow.
We're shutting down Times Square.
What?
All the money is going to raise money for charities to help the homeless and those people that have been displaced all over the world. This thing is over 1 million people. This thing is taking place in 60 chapters, in 60 cities all over the world. Joe, I have an extra sleeping bag next to me. Would you come and sleep in my sleeping bag?
In
Saturday night.
We're sharing.
But you always said you want to get close to me. You can't get any closer, Joe.
You might need these.
I'll give you your own sleeping bag.
You might need these.
We're going to share a sleeping bag.
and you might need this too.
Look at this. Oh, hand warmers. Oh, you got
toe warmers, hand warmers. When it's freezing out, there's nothing better than a hot cup of coffee or chocolate. What are they called?
Hot chocolate. Yeah.
And line jeans and these hand warmers and toe warmers.
Look at this. Oh, you got this. Is smart.
This is great, right? These gloves with the hat, with the headband?
Yes, the headband. You got it, because this is where I get cold, all down here. You know, they don't send a car for me, Mitchell, like you do when you do an event. Hey, can I send you a car? I've got to walk to work. I walk to work. This is great.
Joe, take the sample from us, on us, in appreciation for all that you've done for us all over the years.
You put this around your neck, and you got the beanie caps and everything, and these jeans.
These are $20 every day. $20. I was in Walmart. They're selling them for $25.
So I go. You guys, first of all. The event it's Times Square.
Times Square,
Can anybody
Saturday,
show up?
December 7th. No, if you go online and look at the world's sleep out in New York
God
City,
bless you for doing this, man.
Will Smith is doing a bedtime story on live TV all over the world. I mean, it's really an incredible event. Mindy Grossman, the CEO of Weight Watchers, called me up 6 months ago and said, Mitchell, I'm involved. I'm on the board of UNICEF. I would love if you could help donate sleeping bags. We're doing a sleep out December 7th. And the next thing I know, it's going to be 28 degrees Saturday night.
And you're gonna be at Times Square?
Times Square, right in the middle of Times Square. I'm gonna have my cold gear on. I'll have my hat. Joe, you sure you don't want to warm me up?
I got. What can I do?
I'm not your type. Am I not your type?
I will be, Mitchell. I'll go anywhere for you, man. I'll do anything for you and be anywhere for you. Where can we find it? Give us the online address where they can go to sign up for this.
It's the World Sleep Out. If you Google World Sleep Out in New York City, it's this Saturday night, December 7th, 6 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning.
Meantime, you got to check these jeans at Modell's. You know, I have these. I went actually bought them. They are $20 because I'm cheap. So I went there, and then I went. I said $20, and I have them at home. And when it gets freezing out, those are, and the construction workers. Oh, I went to the one right down here in Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
The Modell's of Broadway. This is a great.
By the way, before I came to the show, I hit 280 Broadway, I hit 150 Broadway.
You did?
I'm ready for lunch.
You did.
You know
and then I told you I was in the. This is great. I was in like the dressing room and I was trying on stuff. And I talked to you and you talked to the manager. Remember that? And I bought the stuff and everything. And the people call from Vegas. They go, Joe, my friends from Vegas. Where are you? I said, I'm at Modell's in the dressing room and I'm trying on jeans. And I bought those jeans and they're spectacular, man.
When you go into the Bridgewater store, I get an email, a text, or a call. Your buddy Joe was there.
Yeah, and the Rawlings gloves for Charlie. All the things for little Charlie like that. Hey, Mitchell, tell me how the company started before we let you go, man. The company started
1889. You know where it started? Around the corner on Cortlandt Street.
It was down here?
Down here. My great-grandfather Morris in 1889,
this is great.
130 years ago, had a push cart. He sold hats.
Where did
gloves,
he come from?
accessories.
He came from the old country?
Came from Russia.
Oh.
Had a push cart.
Yeah.
People would come off the boats, and that's how he started.
Oh.
Morris A. Modell.
Oh, my God. This is great. And then you went...
And then his son, Henry,
Yeah.
went into the Army and Navy surplus business.
Yeah.
Opened up 2 stores. My father took over, opened up 6 stores, and then my brother, may he rest in peace, Michael and I, we took over, and then we expanded to 147
Yeah,
stores.
I have to tell you, and you're watching and you're listening on AM 970. The Answer is my friend, Mitchell Modell. He is, and I know when Stevie Sharippa's around,
he's the best.
Russ Salzberg's around, you have people from all walks of life come over and are hang with you, and we have our little circle of friends, and your heart is like unbelievable. I'm telling you, the way you give back, I see how you give back, how you feel for other people like that. I'm honored to be your friend, man. And we're
Joe, I love you, and nobody gives the time and energy that you do for charities. It's unbelievable.
Trying, brother,
no, it's unbelievable. I mean, you were out there every night, and you know what? Most of the time it's pro bono, and people love you for that. I mean, you're just an incredible guy, and I'm blessed to have you call you my dear friend.
Thank you, man. And to have you on the show. We love you too. Mitchell Modell.
You're sure you don't want to hang out with me in the sleeping
coming.
bag?
I'll be there. Are you kidding me?
I'll move over. We'll get a double.
Now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, but more, much more than this. Mitchell,
I did it Joe's way.
You did it your way. Mitchell Modell.
God bless you, Joe. Thank you.
God bless you. I love you, Mitchell. You're the best, man. Big Al Gattulo with the headline news right here on AM 970, The Answer.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
33 degrees at 8:37. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. As the year heads to a finish, a new study suggests that New York is becoming more dangerous when it comes to online dating. The website highspeedinternet.com analyzed reports from all 50 states, put New York as the 8th most risky for online dating, up from 20th last year. Thank you, Mitch. They cite internet crime statistics and data on sexually transmitted diseases in producing the rankings. Catfishing or being fooled by someone online who pretends to be someone else also appears to be on the rise nationwide, having increased 52% over the last 3 years. 2 Jackson Township residents are admitting to ripping off the Holbrook Little League. Defendants Anthony Del Vecchio and John Lehman pleaded guilty yesterday to counts of theft by unlawful taking. Both men, while working as the league president and treasurer, respectively, used around $126,000 in league funds towards their own personal benefit. The men aren't being sent to prison as long as they each pay back around $63,000 and perform 100 hours of community service. In sports, Knicks blown out by the Bucks 132-88. Islanders beat up the Red Wings 4-1. The Golden Knights over the Rangers 4-1. While the Devils, they were embarrassed by the Sabres in Buffalo 7-1. College hoops tonight. St. John's takes on St. Peter's. The pregame is at 6:10. The tip-off at 6:30. You can listen to that game right here on AM 970. The Answer. Sports, sponsored by Modell's Sporting Goods Stores. And thank you again, Mitch Modell. You got to go to Moe's. Stuck in traffic? Debbie Duhame's got the answer.
And thank you so much, Al. And thank you to Mitch. I got my package in the mail, too, with some nice goodies from Modell. So thank you so much, Mitch. Let's go out to the Bronx River Parkway northbound, getting up into Scarsdale. It's an accident in the right lane. 84 westbound, slowing down, getting out toward exit 5, out past Maybrook, with an accident there as well. Watch for some downed trees as you head to 517 and Alamucci. Sussex Turnpike blocked and Randolph with downed trees. Route 10 eastbound, getting into Morris Plains, an accident there. Inbound GWB, that's an hour. Lincoln 35, Holland about 40. Stop and go traffic as you take a ride over to Route 1 southbound. That's going to be stop and go this morning. Route 1 southbound getting down toward Major Road in South Brunswick with an accident there. Prepare for slowdowns on the FDR Drive south, getting down through the 70s with an accident. And the Meadowbrook north by Loop Parkway, an accident still being cleared. Partly cloudy today, high of 38. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo. AM 970, The Answer.
Are you tired of staring at that dent? At Mako, getting collision repaired is as easy as book, quote, fix. Come to Mako for a collision repair backed by our best price guarantee. Uh-oh? Better get Mako.
Hey, Joe, on the radio. Thank you, Mitchell Modell. I love you, man. He's the best. How great is Mitchell? Great guy. And he just always giving, always helping somebody out. You got to go to Moe's, indeed. Let me tell you about another great deal that you can get. Buy one, get one free. This comes from Mike Lindell. He is the inventor and CEO of MyPillow. Did you see the Mark Levin interview on Fox? It was great. It was great.
I heard about it.
He was, he's such a great guy with great heart, just like Mitchell. But he appreciates you listening to the radio. So if you go to mypillow.com and you check the radio listener specials, you can get buy one, get one free. That's right now. So this is Christmas time. It's holiday time. Buy one, get one free. Get one for yourself and get, you know what I'm talking about? Giza sheets. Plus, you know what else? Free shipping. Plus, you know what else? You have a 60-day money-back guarantee that is extended till Christmas Day, and you can go right through March 1st. It goes through March 1st if you order between now and Christmas Day. 2020. Look at this. You have nothing to lose. This is the time. You go to mypillow.com. You look at the radio listener specials. Look at those Giza sheets. Order the sheets. Hey, get the pillow while you're at it. It's a great gift. And with the Giza sheets, you buy one, get one free, and you get free shipping. All right? You can also call. If you'd like to call, some people say, Joe, what's the number? It's 800-651-0798. 800-651-0798. You get some great, great specials. Or again, go to, please, mypillow.com for the buy one, get one free offer on Giza sheets plus free shipping. Promo code is AM 970.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. Have you ever had a legal question pertaining to elder law or estate law? Well, every Thursday during Kevin McCullough Radio, you hear from Mike Connors of Connors & Sullivan Attorneys at Law, answering a listener's actual question. Simply email that question to askmikeconnors@gmail.com or call Mike's office at 718-238-6500. And don't forget to tune in to Ask the Lawyer with Mike Connors, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. on AM 570 The Mission and Sunday mornings on AM 970 The Answer at 11.
Save big every week at Modell's. Visit your local store for special unadvertised deals. Shop all kinds of styles from brands you love like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Champion, Unipro, and much more. Are you an athlete and gearing up for the season? We've got you covered for every sport. Whether it's your first time playing or you're a seasoned veteran, Modell's is the place to go. But wait, what about professional sports? Don't worry, we've got that too. Whether you're the casual or die-hard sports fan, we've got jerseys, tees, hats, and much more. You gotta go to Moe's.
You gotta go to Moe's, baby. It's cold outside. 8:42 with Joey on the radio. I want to tell you about the new documentary film everyone is talking about from Adam Carolla and Salem's old Mr. Dennis Prager. They're getting a great response. No Safe Spaces reveals how identity politics and the suppression of free speech are spreading into every part of society and threatening to divide America. You know that. The film is being praised by both the left and the right for being fair and looking looking at the issue of free speech from all sides. It's rolling out across America on Friday, December 6th. This Friday, December 6th. It needs your support. No Safe Spaces is the name of the documentary. If you go to, please, nosafespaces.com/theaters, you can see where it's playing and you can support it. nosafespaces.com/theaters.
Due to the game, you can hear Jay Sekulow live today at 5 p.m. on AM 970, The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
Good morning, Joe Piscopo on the radio. Frankie, how great is Mitchell?
He is outstanding.
We got gloves here. You got to try
these pants. These dungarees are out of this world.
You're wearing them now.
Yeah, and normally I had to walk a few blocks this morning, and normally I would have been freezing cold, but I had these fleece lined.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Gloves, hats. We should go do the sleep in.
Let's do it.
That's this weekend with Mitchell. He's just sleeping all night out there in Times Square.
Insulated thermal hats.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I get this stuff, and you know what's great? I got
and plenty of hand warmers for everybody.
Yeah. Oh. See this?
It's good. Next time the heat's not working here,
right.
We'll make good use of that.
That's why we're keeping these here.
And this is what I do when I walk down the street around my neck. Look at this. You don't think this keeps you? You don't think? Come on. You think Mitchell knows? Mitchell knows this guy. Proud to have Mitchell as a friend. He's a great man. The family. His mother, by the way, 95 years young.
Wow.
She's at the event. She's there, and I did New York. She's the first gal I went over to. I jumped off the stage, and I'm singing New York, and I went right over to Mrs. Modell. What a beautiful lady.
Very nice.
95 and great, and Mitchell's sons. And then I jumped on 2 chairs. I still got to get video from that, or at least some stills. Me on stage singing New York on chairs, in this room with really about 800 people. Always proud to be with Mitchell Modell. Hey, Piscopo in the morning. Mike Gallagher is going to come up momentarily, and we appreciate your phone calls 877-970-2999. I've been delinquent. These Tuesdays go very, very quickly. It's Giving Tuesday, but it's I'll tell you what, it's been going crazy. And yeah, I can't believe we were traveling yesterday. The news that's breaking. The president is in London, correct, Frank? That's where they're going to wait for the NATO, this whole NATO gathering, and he's slamming everybody for not giving us enough money. Went after South Korea this morning. Did you see a press conference? Went after South Korea saying, look, we love you, but you're not paying your fair share. I think it's about time somebody says that. And then he ruffles, and he's meeting with Macron about now, the president of France. Right, about now he's meeting with Macron. Yep. So we'll see what happens with that. It's just asking for them to pay their fair share because we're always the ones, that are stepping up. And he's not wrong, I think.
I completely agree. In my view, NATO really is obsolete, as President Trump said during the campaign.
Think so?
Absolutely. I mean, this is an organization that came together and was formed primarily to counter Soviet aggression and to stop the spread of communism. Well, there's no more Soviet Union. And it doesn't serve that function anymore. So why should we be bound by treaty to defend a country like Montenegro when they're attacked?
Yeah.
I don't want to shed one drop of American blood to protect Turkey or Montenegro.
And contractually, we have to do that.
Under treaty, that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, Frankie. 846 with Joe on the radio. Debbie Duhame is out there. Debbie, you could have. We're going to save those jeans. That we have an extra pair of jeans for you.
Do you know Mitch sent me a pair already in the mail?
No, he did not.
Yes, I got a gift in the mail from Mitch with a nice hat, gloves, the hand warmers, and the jeans. The jeans are amazing. They're so warm.
He doesn't miss a trip. Everybody's got to go to Modell's, and they're only $20. $20 for
Oh my
these
gosh!
jeans. I know.
Really shop till you drop there. It's great.
So true. Debbie, we love you. 847. Debbie's on the roads. Checking out traffic on AM 970. The Answer. Stay warm, Deb.
I certainly will now with those nice jeans. Let's see what's happening, Joe, on the Bronx River Parkway North, getting up into Scarsdale. It's an accident. Cross County westbound right at the Bronx River Parkway, an accident. 84 west heading out toward Maybrook, an accident out past exit 5. We're still seeing down trees on 517 and Alamucci, Sussex Turnpike. Down trees out through Randolph. 280 west, exit 7 into West Orange, a crash. Traffic is still moving slowly this morning as you head to 287 north at 78 with a collision. congestion. Route 1 is busy south into Major Road into South Brunswick with an accident there. FDR Drive south in the 70s. A crash still out there. It's in the right lane. Staten Island Expressway eastbound jammed up. 440 out through the Verrazano. Expect delays on the Meadowbrook North at Loop Parkway, a spin out there. And traffic still moving slowly this morning as you take a ride to Sunrise Highway westbound, getting out toward Brookhaven Hospital Road. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Joe on the radio telling you about Balance of Nature. I'm due for my Balance of Nature in about an hour. When I stay on the road like this, and I think of you, I think about, well, when I'm on the morning show and I'm chatting with you, I could tell you what I've gone through. And sometimes, man, when you're at the airport and you see your flight delay and it's your time to go, and then all of a sudden it changes 3 hours later. And no one could do anything about it if it's weather-related like yesterday. And I'm thinking, whoa, man. And so you could really get stressed out just on that alone. So you got to calm yourself down. Thank God I was with Mikey, and when I'm with my kids, I seem to relax more. But I make sure that I take the Balance of Nature, because when that stress hits your body, whether it's meeting someone, whether it's your work every day, whether it's someone at work that you just plain can't stand, it's stress will wear you down. So if you don't have a positive attitude, you know what? You could take Balance of Nature, and that'll offset that stress, because the stress will cause free radicals to attack your body. And Balance of Nature are antioxidants, and the antioxidants attack those free radicals in the body. This is clinically, I can't tell you it's clinically shown, but you know what? I've done work on this. I'm a cancer survivor, and I know how, I hope I know how to eat right and what will attack your body. Balance of Nature is fruits and vegetables in capsule form. When I got sick, the doctor said fruits and vegetables, anything orange, anything red, dark vegetables. I get it all now in Balance of Nature. Even if I did have the broccoli rabe the other day, I told you. How did I find broccoli rabe in Kansas City? I did. I ate it. Boom. Followed it with 3 more vegetable Balance of Nature capsules. One daily dose of Balance of Nature capsules has 10 servings of 31 different fruits and vegetables. You and I could never consume that. So I'm telling you, do what Frankie has done, what Al's doing, what Debbie's doing, what I'm doing. The whole morning team is now on Balance of Nature. We want you to experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Look what we have for you here. If you call or go online and become a preferred customer, which gives you our best pricing and free shipping, by the way, we will take an additional 25% off your first order. Limited time offer. Please don't wait. 800-2468-751. 800-2468-751. Or go please to balanceofnature.com. Use that discount code, The Answer.
Gregory Floyd, host of Reaching Out, gets answers to the tough questions from people in the know.
My very special guest is Bill Bacalini, the CEO of the Foundling, which is formerly the Foundling Hospital. Tell us, one, about the Foundling Hospital, because a lot of people are used to that name, and then going to the Foundling.
We changed the name because what we do is really not hospital work. We, for many, many years, operated a pediatric skilled nursing facility, but the needs of the kids got so acute that the care needed to get more sophisticated. And so we separated, a new corporation was founded. It became the Elizabeth Seton Pediatric Center, and they have a beautiful, beautiful home up in Yonkers, New York, where they care for some very, very medically compromised children.
It's Reaching Out with Gregory Floyd, Saturday nights at 7 on AM 970, The Answer.
Hey, Joe on the radio. It's Giving Tuesday. It is Giving Tuesday. Here, Mr. Modell gave back. He's so much. He's helping out the homeless, this weekend. And I try to do as much as I can, with the Boys and Girls Clubs in New Jersey, always helping out. So we want you to help out through the Salvation Army. I'm proud to tell you about the Salvation Army because, as you heard Major Diaz say right here in the studio, 84 cents of every dollar goes to your local community. 84 cents. That is an unheard of amount that goes from, in a nonprofit charity. You have to check this out because even though the economy is screaming, a lot of people are in tough times. I keep telling you that. A lot of people are in stressed areas. The Salvation Army does incredible work on behalf of children and families in need all over America. Here are some facts you may not know about the Salvation Army's reach 23 million people in the U.S. are served by the Salvation Army every year with things like shelter, meals, Christmas assistance, right? Over the course of a year, the Salvation Army will serve, you ready for this? 52 million meals? Are you kidding me? To families and kids in need. That's the equivalent of the population of California and Texas combined. Many people would no doubt go hungry. Many of them children, they don't get Christmas presents, So we're looking to raise about $24,000 by the last day of December, and we need your help now. You got to go to, if you would, you got to go to team970.org. Team970.org. A lot of folks are already just jumping on this Salvation Army bandwagon. We want you to go to team970.org, join our team, giving, get your friends to join our team, family, co-workers to contribute to. Would you please? It's Giving Tuesday. This is the day. We go to team970.org. Give to the organization that is doing the most good, the Salvation Army. You can give to my online Red Kettle now at team970.org.
Due to the game, Kevin McCullough Radio, today at 4 p.m. on AM 970, The Answer.
Portions of this show sponsored by Route 22 Honda.
Hey, it's Piscopo on the radio. It's 8:54. Mike Gallagher is in Israel, yet he still takes the time to call in. Mike, welcome from the Holy Land. How you doing, man?
Are you kidding? I wouldn't miss my chat with Joe Piscopo, the one and only. Shalom, my brother from the Holy Land. We're right now in the TBN studios overlooking Mount Zion with a breathtaking view behind me. The golden, that familiar golden dome, the Dome of the Rock, the Holy of Holies, the Temple Mount. Just having an incredible visit, and I just got to share with you, just a moment ago, came in from visiting the U.S. Embassy, which President Donald Trump so historically relocated from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, acknowledging Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. We were the first non-congressional group to visit, to be inside Ambassador David Friedman's new office, in the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. Is that not cool?
That is. Well, the president loves Mike Gallagher. We know that. Did he send a personal?
Listen, I don't, and I love the president, and he sure loves Joe Piscopo.
Oh, no.
But boy, they're so plugged in. Our host was Aryeh Lightstone, who's the chief of staff to Ambassador Friedman. They're plugged into talk radio. They certainly know Piscopo in the morning and AM 970 The Answer. We've got a number of listeners with us here. We got 615 enthusiastic fans to be on this tour.
This
is a big group.
How do you? And everybody's tugging at you every which way. Mike, can I say hi? Can I take a picture, Mike? And you love every minute of it, Mike Gallagher.
And I'm not nearly as gracious as you are. Like, you take time for everybody. Me, I'm just like, no pictures, please. Don't touch. Don't make eye contact. No. I'm loving each and every one of the folks who are here with us. Big show today. Charlie Kirk at 11:05 talking about a big event in Turning Point USA. Their story in a couple of weeks in Florida. I'll be there for the Turning Point event near Mar-a-Lago later this month. We're also going to visit with somebody from Inspiration Tours to talk a little bit about this. And we got to get into this George Conway, Kellyanne Conway thing. Man, oh man, did you see him yesterday going right after his wife on Twitter? What's wrong with this guy? This is like borderline abuse, Joe.
That's wow. You just nailed it right there. It's abusive, is what it is. It's right there, and people don't understand it. But I don't know. It's like it's Kellyanne's husband, and we love Kellyanne, and she's a Jersey girl, and she's a blueberry princess from Atco, New Jersey, believe it or not. And she's such a good person. She's so dedicated to the country, and her husband's got to go crazy. But what I see the husband do that, George Conway. Then I see Adam Schiff. Oh, now they're shifting the show to Gerald Nadler, Mike. I mean, it's like it just won't go away. It won't end. Are they not getting the hint when they see the president's poll numbers skyrocket here?
And people here in Israel don't get it because President Trump has about an 85 to 90% approval rating here in Israel. I'm not kidding you. They love him here in Israel. Of course, remember, he was the first sitting president to ever visit the Western Wall. First sitting president to ever come here
Mike,
and pay his respects.
You sound great. Wall. Mike Gallagher, live from Israel. Mike, before we let you go, Bibi, I'm thinking witch hunt. I'm thinking hoax. They're going after Bibi the way they went after the president. I mean, do you think he'll survive this?
In a big way. I hope he will. Listen, it's been said, and I've talked to a lot of people here about the Bibi Netanyahu situation. You know where a lot of the problem is with folks here in Israel? It's his wife and kids. they don't like his family and they don't like his wife, and she's been beaten down over the years too. But see, as somebody told me very, very close to the Netanyahu administration, frankly, this week, Trump has the support of his family. They're in it with him. They're with him thick and thin.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different with the Netanyahu family. So I hope he wins. He's a good friend of the United States, and of course, Bibi and Trump are allies. There's a lot of parallels to what they're both going through.
Give my love to everybody. We're so proud of you
Joe.
over there, man. You sound great, Mike. We'll be listening 10:05 on AM 970. Shalom, Mike. We love you, man. Thanks so much. There's Mike Gallagher, 10:05, live from the Holy Land. All right. So when we go, and before we go to Mike, we're going to do another hour of the show, and you could call in. Okay, we'll open the phones up at 877-970-2999. We got a lot to get into. I'm jumping on America's Newsroom at about 11:30 this morning, 11:40, with Sandra Smith and our buddy Bill Hemmer over there. Can I borrow the barbecue sauce and take it to my friends at Fox News on Giving Tuesday? Thank you very much, Frank. No, I won't take it, man. I'm not like that. Piscopo in the morning. Hey, we're coming right back at you. Don't go away.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
33 degrees at 8:59. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. A man is accused of driving drunk and plowing into a row of parked NYPD cars in Queens. Happened just past 11:30 Saturday night in Maspeth. Authorities say Salvatore Vaccari was driving his Jeep Cherokee when he slammed into 9 police cruisers at 53rd Avenue and 58th Street and reportedly refused to take a breathalyzer and couldn't produce an insurance card. A French fry shortage could be on the horizon. Bloomberg reports potato production in the U.S. and Canada this autumn was hit hard by an early frost, snow, and rain. Now processors are scrambling to buy up what's left of the harvest so that there's not a shortage of fries across the country. Potato production in the U.S. is at its lowest point since 2010. In sports, the Knicks blown out by the Bucks. Islanders beat up the Red Wings. The Golden Knights over the Rangers. Devils embarrassed by the Sabres. You now know what's going on. I'm Al Gattulo, AM 970. The Answer.
From the studios of AM 970, The Answer, on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan. This is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. What should be shaping up as another tough day on Wall Street. Stock futures down sharply ahead of this morning's opening bell. Futures tumbled after President Trump said that it might be best to wait until after the election to reach a trade deal with China. Mr. Trump spoke in London, where he is attending the NATO summit. He also talked impeachment, saying that censure by Democrats would be just as absurd as impeachment.
You don't censure somebody when they did nothing wrong. They're in search of a crime. That's what they are.
President Trump, while overseas at a NATO summit, can't escape the threat of impeachment. In London today and tomorrow for meetings with NATO alliance members, President Trump was asked about efforts to impeach him back home.
I think it's a very bad thing for our country. Does it cast a cloud? Well, if it does, then the Democrats have done a very great disservice to the country, which they have.
House lawmakers got their first look at the Intelligence Committee's impeachment report last night, a behind-closed-doors review ahead of today's expected vote on whether to send it to the Judiciary Committee, ahead of that panel's hearing tomorrow on the constitutional grounds for Trump's possible impeachment. Matt Small, Washington.
Parts of the Northeast, we're talking upstate New York and New England, digging out for more than a foot of snow this morning. Robert Putnam works in a hardware store in Brattleboro, Vermont.
Turns out the worse the weather, the better the business.
He tells WCAX-TV that snow shovels and related gear have been flying off the shelves. The storm has closed schools, snarled the morning commute, and resulted in hundreds of flight cancellations. Tens of thousands left without power. The wintry weather that moved into New England on Sunday night dropped more than 2 feet of snow in some areas of central Massachusetts. And on Wall Street, Dow futures down 270 points. NASDAQ futures off 96. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
My story begins with debt, a lot of debt, credit card debt, and I heard a commercial for Trinity. I gave them a call.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
When I first called, I was a little embarrassed and kind of ashamed, and I looked at the numbers, and I saw how quickly that astronomical debt that was in my life would go away.
Trinity Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
What I would tell other people, please pick up the phone and call Trinity. Just let them put together a program and see how affordable and easy it is to pay off your debt.
Call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
Hey, it's Joe Piscopo. I have a great Christmas gift idea for your conservative loved ones. Noble Gold has just released a new President Trump Commander-in-Chief coin. It's a beautiful limited edition collector's piece just in time for the 2020 re-election campaign. The front of this new silver 1-ounce coin features the bust of President Trump with his hand over his heart with the American flag flying behind him. The reverse side of the coin features President Trump's promise to the American people, "We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. We will make America great again." Noble Gold is giving my listeners a special offer. Use promo code Piscopo to receive $10 off and a free collector's case. Visit TrumpCoin2020.com. Use promo code Piscopo for $10 off the new Trump Commander-in-Chief coin, plus a new collector's case to display this beautiful silver commemorative coin. This offer is only valid for a limited time, so don't wait. Visit TrumpCoin2020.com. Promo code Piscopo.
Hi, AM 970 listeners. Steve Adubato here. On One-on-One, we go in-depth and up close on the issues that matter to you.
The jobs of tomorrow are not the jobs of yesterday.
Our culture, I don't think, has ever been tested the way it's being tested right now.
So check out my show, One-on-One, weeknights at 7 p.m. on NJTV and 12:30 a.m. on WNET 13 and online on NJ.com.
Hey, it's Joe Piscopo. Catch my friend Steve and his great lineup of guests every weeknight on One-on-One with Steve Adubato.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Alternate side parking rules are suspended for snow operations. Metered parking rules in effect. If you're heading over to the Hudson line of Metro North, we're seeing delays of 20 minutes. Also some delays right now as you head to the F train because of some ongoing issues involving a stalled train. Inbound side of the GWB 45, Lincoln 35, Holland still 30. Traffic is moving slowly on Route 10 eastbound into Morris Plains with a collision. FDR Drive south in the 70s, an accident there. And it's busy on the Meadowbrook North at Loop Parkway with an accident. Sponsored by Discover. Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year automatically, with no limit to how much they'll match. Millions of people a year are getting their cash back matched. Discover a cashback match. What are you waiting for? Learn more at discover.com/cashbackmatch. Partly cloudy today, high of 38. I'm Debbie Duhame, AM 970, The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day with your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano, with news guy Al Gottulo, and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is the Joe Piscopo Show on AM 970. The Answer.
Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donder and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Bill Shatner. There it is.
Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. Oh, he had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say, it glows. All of the other reindeer.
Oh, background singers.
Call them names. They never let poor Rudolph play in any reindeer.
William Shatner. That's a William Shatner Christmas album that came out last year, Frankie
That's correct.
Burroughs.
That's right.
You're in your glory. The guys are just glowing listening to Bill Shatner, who said he just, he knows
who he is, what he is, how he performs, and he's a great performer.
Oh,
and
tremendous.
his
And
voice
he's
is great.
ever evolving.
Yeah, exactly.
He only gets better.
And his voice is great. He knows how to use his his vocal abilities.
And if
man.
people like that song, they should really get the whole album because there's a lot of great songs on there. My favorite is Feliz Navidad. His version of
we'll
Feliz
play
Navidad.
it. I'm sure I'll play that. Yep,
We were doing that when my wife was putting up the Christmas decorations on Saturday. We played the William Shatner Christmas album repeatedly, and it really gets you in the sense of holiday.
She didn't go like stop and like I would play Dean Martin over and over and over again when I was a kid. No one complained about it.
So she did the bulk of the Christmas decorating, so I didn't have a tremendous amount of say. So once I went into another room to do some office work, I think she changed to more conventional Christmas music.
Hey, that's Piscopo in the morning.
But she liked it. She enjoyed it.
Let's check it out. We're talking. We go on America's Newsroom today. And Neil Cavuto's show called several times. Yesterday, we wanted to go on Fox Business, Cavuto Coast to Coast, and then I was going to do it from Kansas City. There was no ability for Fox to do it from Kansas City, so I said I'm going to make myself available because those are always fun TV hits. So I'm sorry, I'm like my ADD kicked in,
it's okay.
and I'm just going from William Shatner to doing Fox News later. But if you get a chance, we will be on America's Newsroom. Today about 11:40, I think, or
Wonderful.
so. They're great. It's great. It's nice. We'll keep it positive. Want to keep it nice. It's got some great subject matter, and we invite you to watch, and then we'll invite you to listen to the show as well. Hey, Frankie Five Boroughs. So everything good news wise? It's about the. I don't even want to go impeachment, but it's about that today. They actually put forth those inquiries. About the impeachment inquiry. They will now present that. And the way Adam Schiff says it so seriously, we are now presenting the details and the articles, and they come up with articles of impeachment. They won't let that go for crying out loud. Meantime, on the real news front, the president's in London with NATO, so we'll see what's happening.
Yep.
He had a big press conference this morning already.
Yeah, he was slamming Macron. Macron had called NATO, I believe he used the term brain dead, and so Trump was slamming Macron for those comments.
Yeah.
And he was commenting on everything that people wanted to ask him about, censure, all the other things that are happening. The British election. He says he's not going to get involved, but he's going to work with whomever the prime minister ends up being.
Talk to me about what's happening out of William Barr's office with investigating the investigators. That's moving forward.
The next step in that is going to be December 9th when the Inspector General, Michael Horowitz, releases his report. Now, we'll see what it says. Clearly, a lot of us have questions about how this investigation came to be, this mysterious Joseph Mifsud, why Papadopoulos became the subject of government surveillance to begin with, what role all these folks had. So it's going to be interesting to see where that leads. Now, the early leaks out of that, and very skeptical of everything that is anonymous sourced to mainstream media, so we'll actually see what the report says. But the early leaks out of that say that it's going to show that the FBI was sloppy but not biased.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that goes. Now, in addition to that, you have the U.S. Attorney from Connecticut, Durham, preparing his own report. And I think there's a similar...
He's doing a quote-unquote criminal investigation, apparently, correct?
That's my understanding, yeah. And then apparently there's a similar investigation being conducted from the U.S. Attorney out of Utah. So we'll see where it all goes.
Yeah, and I hope it's not just a slap on the hand. I hope it's just not something that just goes away. I hope something, and the president says it's going to be earth-shattering, So we'll see what happens, I guess. When does that come out now?
The Inspector General report comes out December 9th.
All right, so we'll be staying on top of that for you, Hey, it's 11 minutes after 9 o'clock. Locally, thousands of people in northwestern New Jersey still without power. Albert, is that right? They're in the dark, losing power during yesterday's winter storm. As of 4 a.m., the winter weather warning was lifted for Sussex, Warren, Morris counties. Right. Yes, that's cold up there.
Yeah, but about 30 to 40,000 people still without power.
Dang, man!
And it's going to be a while before they get that power back.
What do they do? They just.
They got hit hardest by the snow, ice.
Yep.
It gets colder up there, so they're hanging on the power lines, and that's an issue. They deal with that quite often.
So I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes I just go. If you're the governor, how do you handle that? Do you go up there? Do you talk to the energy company? Maybe in the future. I wish they would just put the lines underground.
Most
Is that
important piece of advice, the biggest caution to give you is please, if you can, stay in. This is a good moment to get off the road.
But you can't stay in if you have no power. That's the problem.
That's correct. That's correct. But also,
Joe is a good guy.
Thank you, Phil Murphy. 12 minutes after 9 o'clock. So this was interesting, and I know what you're feeling. President Trump's reelection campaign is denying Bloomberg News reporters access to rallies and events. Why? The campaign manager, Brad Pascal, good guy, a great guy actually, said the campaign would no longer credential reporters from Bloomberg. That's because Bloomberg announced it would not investigate owner Mike Bloomberg. Listen what I'm telling you. This is Emmis, as they say. This is the real deal. Because Bloomberg announced it would not investigate owner Michael Bloomberg or any other Democratic presidential candidate, but will continue critical reporting, quote unquote, will continue critical reporting on the president. How?
It'll be tough to do when you don't have access.
Wait a minute.
Right?
How does that happen? In a statement, Pascal said the decision by Bloomberg News to formalize preferential reporting policies is troubling and wrong. And Brad is absolutely right. How, in the name of goodness gracious, does Bloomberg say that? You can't investigate me, and just to be fair, we're not investigating anybody. And don't forget, you got high-level senators running for president, but we're going to go after the president. Frankie, what is this?
Well, look, I think the president's campaign is absolutely right here. Look, imagine if Donald Trump didn't get elected in 2016. There was talk that he might start a network of his own, Trump TV or Trump News or something. How do you think Democratic presidential candidate Michael Bloomberg would react to Trump News having access to his presidential campaign? It wouldn't happen. So when Bloomberg News, and I'm a big patron of Bloomberg. I listen to them, a good portion of the weekend, and read a lot of their articles, and they have some good opinion columnists. But when Bloomberg News made the decision to do what you just described, to not investigate Michael Bloomberg or the other 17 Democrats running for president, and only do investigative reporting on the White House and Donald Trump, they ceased to be a news organization. At that point, they became a propaganda machine and an arm of the Mike Bloomberg campaign. We do this in campaigns. It's called opposition research. You have 1,000 very professional journalists doing nothing except digging up dirt on Donald Trump. They're not digging up dirt on Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden, and based on what we know about all those folks, there's plenty of dirt to dig up. And I think this is a real big misstep on the part of John Micklethwaite, the editor-in-chief of Bloomberg News. And I think the president's campaign is absolutely right. I don't blame him at all.
I don't know how they get away with it, man. And the press doesn't even go after him. This is so unfair. It's so not balanced, yet they still continue to do it. 9:15 with Joe. I'm just going down the stories, catching up on the stories. The biggest city in New Jersey, Al touched on this a couple days ago, is suing the Big Apple for sending homeless families across the river to live. I say this, you want to chuckle because is this the way you deal with homeless? You send them to Jersey? NJ.com
it's
reports.
Not only Jersey.
Newark is taking New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio to court to end a program that has allegedly relocated almost 1,200 families into Newark. The program has also purportedly sent more than 2,200 families to more than 60 communities in the Garden State, including those sent to Newark. The complaint alleges New York is violating interstate commerce rules by pressuring families to sign leases for illegal and uninhabitable apartments in New Jersey. More than 500 families have also been relocated to East Orange, Irvington, and Jersey City alone. How does Mayor de Blasio get away with that?
So it's not just New Jersey. They've been relocating homeless families all over the country.
You mean getting rid of them?
Basically, they're saying, you want to get out of the shelter, we're going to give you this sweetheart deal that taxpayers like Frank Morano are paying for. And what they do is, for instance, in New Jersey, they send the family over to Newark. They give the landlord a year's worth of rent up front.
Who's they give?
New York City gives a year's worth of rent to the landlord up front.
Well, we're
Frank
paying
Morano's
for it,
tax
too,
dollars.
Here, I got news
Frank
for you.
Morano's tax dollars.
Wait,
pays
you and
for
me
that.
too, pal. We're working in New
York. A small
York.
portion. He's paying far more than that. But
so
anyway,
much.
but here's the thing. So they give them this year's worth of rent. The landlord takes the check, cashes it, doesn't fix the place, doesn't care if it's habitable or not, puts them in there. What ends up happening? These people end up back on the street again in a year because they can't pay their bill.
Who came up with this concept?
De Blasio. Now, De Blasio was on New York One last night and said, well, Mayor Ross Baraka and I, we talk and we have conversations.
Well, not so
but
much.
Wouldn't you think that you would notify the city of Newark, hey, by the way, we're sending 500 people to you and we're giving money to them up front? Of course not. This is basic communication.
And to help me out here, why doesn't New York create like a homeless shelter? Just a shot.
Well, they have homeless shelters. They have NYCHA housing, but it's being run
there
shoddily. So they figured, let's get them out of the city and get them off our backs, and then we can lower the number and say there's less homeless people around.
If this was
somebody else's problem,
if this was a Republican, if this was somebody, if whoever became mayor was, they would go. If they went after Mayor Giuliani helped more homeless people than Mayor De Blasio ever has. How does this happen,
Well,
Frankie?
actually, Joe, the hypothetical is not necessary because there was a Republican mayor that did almost exactly this. Mike Bloomberg, when he was mayor as a Republican back in 2003, proposed shipping the homeless out of New York.
Use the word shipping?
Yes, they would put them on a ship.
So cold-hearted, man.
And give them a one-way ticket out of New York on planes, trains, buses. This was a repeated thing with him. In 2003, he tried to do it, and then in 2009, and he was mocked, as he should have been, because it's talk about a temporary solution to a very real problem.
So cold-hearted, man.
Yeah.
Look what Mr. Modell's doing, man. He's giving sleeping. You can sleep over and
put them on a bus.
Get
them out. Get them out.
My
Ship them.
gosh.
Ship them out. And it's not just New Jersey. There have been other states, including Puerto Rico, which, by the way, is a commonwealth. It's not a state. But he has been shipping homeless people out all over the country, giving them a year's worth of rent, and then, all right, bye. It's not our problem anymore.
Anyway, I'm glad we touched on some of these things. 877-970-2999.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
You know exactly what's going to happen.
They're going to sue, and then it's, we'll take them back, and we'll give you this, and we'll give you a caveat or whatever. There's no real action. Where is the money from Thrive?
The mental well-being of these people that are going over to New Jersey?
No, it's families.
Do they do a mental health check? Are they safe? Are they without disease? What is their mental health? They're not doing anything. They're just shipping these people over to New Jersey.
These are families that are in shelters. They want to get the families out of the shelter, so to move them to another city. I don't believe it's individual people. I believe it's just families.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But more questions that the mayor can't answer. Where's all the money that's been given to Thrive?
They don't have jobs after they ship them. They don't have jobs.
Well, no, they're hoping that by getting them in there, they'll find the job and then they'll start paying the rent in a year's time.
Of course
but
they
again,
will. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They don't. There's no assistance. Here's a check. Here's a place.
If they get jobs, they're not going to be able to live in New Jersey. They'll be moving back to New York.
CBS 2 has been spotlighting this for months now, and now the Mayor Baraka is taking action. But again, where's the money to Thrive that's been given to Charlene McRae? Where is the oversight at the Board of Ed? Have you seen these stories?
How much money was it?
Millions upon millions of dollars. Right?
Department of Ed.
Department of Ed.
Hey, Joe.
No, but the Department of Ed, that's another big thing.
Yeah.
All these investigations, the DOI apparently is not investigating them, right?
Well, that's true. And you have a situation at the city's jail systems, which is increasingly alarming. Another correctional officer attacked last week. Well, that's what's so amazing is that there are fewer inmates than ever, and we're not arresting anybody for anything, and yet the jails are completely chaotic. So you have the jail system, the public housing system, the homeless shelters, and the schools all out of control. And yet Donald Trump tweets something outrageous, and that's where the focus of the New York City political press corps is.
Amen. Frankie Five Boroughs. 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, Piscopo. On the radio, do you have your jeans on, your warm jeans on there, Deb?
I do.
Frank does.
I didn't wear them today, but I did try them on when I got them, and I was like, I can't wait to wear them. I wore them like for a little while the first day I got them because they're so comfy too.
Yeah.
They're so like fuzzy on the inside. They're so warm.
Yeah.
So you've got to definitely check them out from Modell.
I got them right here, and Mitchell wrote the nicest note here. As the weather turns colder. Yeah, a personal note, by the way, to tell about the red. These deals are red hot. $20 to go to these jeans. Get these jeans and all of this as the cold season comes upon us. So you got to go to Moe's, Debbie Duhame.
Yeah, especially if you're working outside, like most.
Unbelievable.
It's going to keep you so toasty and warm. It's great.
So true. Thanks, Deb. Deb's got traffic for you. 921 on AM 970, The Answer.
Hey, Joe, let's go out to the Meadowbrook North at Loop Parkway. An accident there. Northern State West at Glen Cove Road. Accident is off on the shoulder. Deegan South, really busy. 230s down through the Cross Bronx. Alternate side, suspended for snow operations. Metered parking rules in effect. A big mess on the FDR Drive south into the 90s. An accident taking 2 lanes, 15 to 20 in at the Queens Midtown Tunnel. It's busy at the Whitestone Bridge into Queens with an accident cleared. And the Staten Island Expressway East, heavy 440 through the Verrazano. Watch for delays at the inbound GWB of 40 minutes. Lincoln Tunnel 25, Holland still about 30. If you're heading over to 80 eastbound into exit 64 out toward Hackensack, getting reports of a collision. And traffic is moving slowly on 22 eastbound, getting out through Greenbrook with an accident there as well. Partly cloudy today, high of 38. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Hey, Piscopo, in the morning. Thank you, Debbie Duhame. Okay, so Debbie, Frankie Five Boroughs, and I, we went to Italy. We had the best time ever. You're part of the family, and we love you. We love you for going. So many people said to me, Joe, I wanted to go, but you sold out. This next trip, Good Friday, Easter Sunday in Rome, with a Mass on Easter Sunday, is selling as fast as the last one. I don't want you to be left out. So that's why we're telling you, please, to call 800-431-1515. Janice is standing by, 800-431-1515. Steve Perillo and I put together a very special, customized 8-night, 10-day Easter in Rome tour. It's a once-in-a-lifetime trip. And when I tell you, once I said to my sister, Carol, I said, if you don't go, you're not going to go, right? And Carol and I looking at each other said, yeah, you got to go, especially all together like this. And just to experience this great family that is, the Piscopo, Morano, Gottulo, Debbie Duhame show every single morning on AM 970. We love you. We love you. We want you to go to Italy with us. We're going to Assisi as well. And I'll be doing a performance in Rome, thanks, backed by popular demand. Thank you very much. With Steve Perillo at the piano. It is so much fun. Then we explore the Tuscan countryside, Siena, Pisa, Chianti, Florence, Cinque Terre, and more. 5-star deluxe hotel in the heart of Rome. The hotel was spectacular, by the way. Charming restored villa and mill in the Tuscan countryside. You'll get the best of both worlds after experiencing Rome for Easter. Then we slow down the pace in the Tuscan countryside. Only a short ride to Florence. 800-431-1515. 800-431-1515 or PerilloTours.com.
The easiest product, I think, that for me to advertise is Relief Factor. People want to get out of pain. For vast numbers of people it has worked. That's why it has become a vastly successful enterprise. And they're good people. The father and son, Pete and Seth Talbot, who have made this company. It's all natural, and you get a very simple offer for $19.95, right? For $19.95, you get a 3-week dosage, and you will know within 3 weeks if it works. They won't lead you on. If it doesn't work in 3 weeks, tell them, and they won't send you automatic shipments, which are obviously more than $19.95. But if it works, it's a bargain at whatever price. Well, no, but it's not whatever price, I guess, but at the price they charge. Anyway, the 3-week quick start is at ReliefFactor.com.
Joe on the radio, did you send your Capalbo's gift basket yet? I guess so. It's so great to be on the radio and be able to tell you about Capalbo's. 110 years they've been there. In the neighborhood. 350 Allwood Road in Clifton. Are you kidding me? We said, as a kid, we would get Capalbo's gift baskets. And as kids, we used to like to go through and get the fruit, not the wine and the champagne, but the gourmet gift baskets and those towers, those big towers, man, with the beautiful ribbon that you could personalize. You name it, they've got it. Everything at Capalbo's looks good, tastes better. And don't forget, most of the baskets come with free shipping. Everything is backed by their 100% satisfaction guaranteed. As Capalbo's was kind enough to jump on the air with us, I went over there. I said hi to everybody. Again, right in the neighborhood, it's a family, and I've sent so many Capalbo gift baskets. So when I tell you about Capalbo's, I know you will be so pleased. And more importantly, when you send it to a business associate, when you send it to a family member, when they get that Capalbo's Tower, those beautiful gifts, it's legendary at this point, really, Capalbo's. And then it makes you look so great, and you celebrate the holidays like nothing else. Let me give you the information on how to get Capalbo's. Okay, if you go to capalbosonline.com, great website. It's very, very quick. Just use the code Joe970. That's what I use. You know what you get? Boom! 10% off the entire order. Capalbo's Online. Capalbos. Capalbosonline.com. You could call, if you'd like to call, in New Jersey, 800-252-6262. 800-252-6262. Don't forget, please, this might be easier for you when you get to work. Capalbosonline.com. The promo code is Joe970. Get 10% off your order. This Christmas, send the best. Send Capalbo's.
Does Joe Piscopo really have a suit on? See him live now on Facebook or YouTube. AM970theanswer.com.
Portions of this show sponsored by Route 22 Nissan.
You hear this song again? Did we sing it? Huh? Just twice?
It was on last night, bro.
I know, but you're tracking it. You're tracking. Let's irritate Joe.
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
Because it irritates Joe all the time. How many Burl Ives Christmas songs can we play this year? Have a holly jolly.
I'll talk. Please, I'll talk. No. Oh, no. Please. Thank you. Burl Ives. Oh, my God. Oh, he won't stop. Okay.
Burl Ives music, please. Somebody.
You're the worst. He loves it. You're going to irritate me. How to get information out of an enemy. Play Burl Ives 24 hours. That's what they should do.
Keep that snowman away from me.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's a classic. My son was arguing with me last night about why Rudolph was a classic.
I know.
Like, he doesn't like it now. He's a teenager. He's got that angst.
Something that happened today, and I didn't want to say it earlier.
Oh,
Sometime, no.
Yeah, you've already insulted me enough. Why not now?
No, it's not. I'm walking down the street. I'm walking to work today, and I got no sleep. I'm walking out. Some guy is, and I say, I love everyone. I have no disrespect for anyone. We are all in this together, and you know how I feel. One guy is got his hands over his mouth cupped, and he's yelling and screaming. There's a Catholic church on the corner, Our Lady of Victory, right? Right on the corner, there's a guy, and you got to laugh. I'm sorry. The guy's he's cupping his mouth, and he's screaming these I think Arabic prayers, like as loud as he can, directly to the Catholic Church.
Oh boy!
So I stopped on the corner.
Maybe there's a camera there.
Listen.
Never know.
And he's going, whatever they do, right? Whatever they do. So
not close.
Not whatever they do, but and God bless them, or Allah bless them, whatever. Right. So I it's fine.
Same thing.
It seemed to be he was doing it, and I looked and I said, is he really cupping his mouth so he could go to the Catholic Church? So I stopped. I looked at him. I took my hat off, and I made the sign of the cross.
That's nice. Well, he was pointed to the east,
right in front of him. Right in front of him.
Mecca's to the east.
Maybe the church was to the east. But I stopped. I made the sign of the cross. I went, look, I don't care who you worship, what you worship, but don't jam something down my throat. And I thought
at that hour of the morning too.
I mean, it's a quiet little neighborhood, and now
not anymore.
It's like me going out and and just preaching. I don't, and I'm not going to.
There's a guy you haven't seen the guy.
Should I be bothered by that, Frankie?
Look, I can understand why you were a little irked.
Not irked, just curiously
frightened.
Astounded.
You're walking in the middle of the.
No, not frightened. I was astounded that someone would and just yelling it so it goes.
Wait a second. Where are we again? New York City, Lower Broadway. Have you seen the guy who rolls up the street around 10:30 in the morning with the loudspeaker and microphone preaching God?
I have seen that.
God loves you. God loves you. How you doing? God loves you.
Hold it.
He's great, but I'm just saying.
That's exactly right. But the point. Thanks for bringing that up. That is annoying, and that's wrong as well. Now what if that guy went outside of a mosque and said, okay, praise Jesus, praise Jesus, praise Jesus. That is as wrong as that guy to this morning. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. If believe in what you believe in, don't jam it down my throat. And in the name of God, don't kill me because I don't believe what you believe. Don't
jam it down my throat.
Like what? Like what? Like
what?
What happened?
Come on. You want to go to church with me? Come on. Come on. Yeah. You don't do that?
What's that? What?
When you try to get me when I'm leaving here, come on. We go.
Only because Jesus loves you.
I see. All right.
And only because it irritates you, Al.
Honestly, it really doesn't irritate me.
I put it out before you. I'm not going to stand on the corner and scream Jesus. I am not going to scream Jesus on a street corner.
If you scream Jesus on a corner, you'd be on TMZ in 5 minutes. Joe Piscopo flips out. Religious, whatever. I mean,
what about? I'm not going to walk up and down the hallways or go on the street and go, "Praise Jesus! You've got to listen to Jesus."
Yeah, if you do it like that, they're taking you to Bellevue.
Jesus will bring you to salvation.
All right,
please praise the Lord, Al Gatula. Al Gatula, praise Jesus. I'm not. I'm not going to do that.
That's when I go. I don't know who Al Gatula is. My ID says Gatulo, but that's all right.
But everybody down south, all the preachers down south, to put an A at the end of their name.
Well, my name originally was an A when my grandfather came to this country.
Jesus knew that.
He couldn't write, and when he, pulled into Ellis Island or whatever, they looked at the A and they made it an O, and that was it. It was Gatulo.
Right. Jesus knows. That's why he says Al Gatula.
Nothing to do with Jesus. I think he's got a big book up there. Gatula, huh? That's Gatulo? All right. Open up another file. Is he going to the Holy Spirit? Open up another file. Let's
Call
go.
Anthony Pope.
Right.
Another file.
Mary, take notes. Here we go. I mean, really.
Anyway, no matter what your creed is, your color is, as we did, we'll go to break. We will. And I see the phone calls, but when I'm in Kansas City and we're paying tribute to my late great friend Walter Wright. Came through the '70s, went through the riots. Walter was a guy, he never saw color, he never saw creed, he never saw difference. We were all in this together. So, I mean, really, I'm not going to go preach my religion outside of somebody who doesn't believe it. And please don't do that to us because it's just, it's really... it's insulting to our intelligence.
But it's one thing that if you want to talk about
rude. Rude.
But it's one thing if you want to talk about your religion, if your religion gives you solace or comfort or whatever, and you're trying to talk to somebody else about it, that's one thing. But you're right, when you're constantly preaching it to somebody or you're trying to
kill somebody
for it?
No,
it's almost as if you're trying to indoctrinate them to that religion.
Knife somebody for it?
No.
Yeah.
But there's a difference. When that guy is rolling up the street with his loudspeaker, it's annoying. Great that you love God or whatever.
I'm glad
but
you brought that up. That's
the
exactly
guy
right.
screaming at the Catholic Church,
Yep.
Screaming Arabic prayers. That's annoying. If you and I are having a discussion about religion and how God has helped you in a difficult time or whatever, that's completely different. That's acceptable.
Even somebody we were in Hollywood. I was with Charlie, and there was somebody on the street saying, "Don't forget, Jesus is your Lord and Savior." And she was handing out pamphlets. I don't mind that even, but I'm not going to yell and do a gospel thing. And when I tell you about Jesus, I put it before you, Al, because I would like to bring you to church because I know that is in your heart.
Now, you see what I mean?
HR? Is this the bad as the guy?
HR?
You know what? You're right.
HR.
You're right. You can go. Piscopo in the morning.
Offended me with his religion and his religious views.
He keeps talking to me in a funny voice. Jesus.
Keeps telling me, praise Jesus. And the HR person will go,
wait.
What's wrong with that?
Maybe I'm as bad as the guy in the corner. Is that what you're telling me, Al?
Not at all. Not at all.
Praise the Lord. It's Al Gatula. That was the name? How did I know? I'm calling him Gatula. Now he's telling me that's his original name. You tell me Jesus didn't have a hand in it.
Well, that's the story that I heard from my uncle.
Well, Jesus knows. Jesus knows everything, Al Gatula.
I don't even want to get started because as soon as I say, how does Jesus know? Well, no.
Al's
Jesus
has
has
a
a personal connection.
He's going to file a complaint. He's going to write the book. He's going to be on ESPN. He never followed me on Twitter.
30 years in this business, I haven't filed one complaint. Now I'm going to start because of that? Please.
It's all about Jesus. Jesus. Hey,
believe me, I could have filed complaints years ago about other things. Trust me.
Oh, Lord. Big Al's got the headline news.
That has nothing to do with Jesus in the news either. But all right. Go ahead.
What is the Christmas season?
Did you? Thank you, Frank.
That's right.
Jesus is the reason for the season, not Burl Ives. You may like Burl Ives, but Jesus is the reason for the season, Big Al. Yeah. He's got the headline news live. Oh, man, you can tell I got an hour's sleep, can't you? Yeah, that's okay. Piscopo in the morning and Piscopo all day. I'm 24/7. You give me 22 minutes, I'll give you Piscopo. Right now, Al Gattulo is going to take over with the headline news right here on AM 970, The Answer.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970, The Answer.
33 degrees at 9:36. Bless you, Joe Piscopo. I'm Al Gattullo with local news first. Here's what's going on. There are at least 7 Democrats who say they plan to run for the 17th district congressional seat left open by Congresswoman Nita Lowey's retirement. So far, Democratic candidates include Assemblyman David Buchwald, Senator David Carlucci, Asha Castaberry Hernandez, Evelyn Farkas, Allison Fine. The list goes on and on. There is also a slew of Republicans who say they will run too, hoping to turn the seat from blue to red. Federal Express says it is ready to handle the package rush that will follow Cyber Monday. A huge FedEx facility in Maspeth, Queens is humming with activity 24 hours a day. But come holiday season, the operation goes into overdrive. A FedEx spokeswoman says the Cyber Monday orders will be felt come Wednesday. There are 6 fewer days between Thanksgiving and Christmas this year, and that will test FedEx's ability to deliver packages on time. In sports, Knicks blown out by the Bucks 132-88. The Islanders beat up the Red Wings 4-1. The Golden Knights over the Rangers by the same 4-1 score. The Devils were embarrassed by the Sabres 7-1. College hoops tonight. St. John's will take on St. Peter's. The pregame is at 6:10. The tip-off is at 6:30. You can listen to the game right here on AM 970, The Answer. Stuck in traffic? Debbie Duhame's got the answer.
And good morning, Al. Alternate side parking rules are suspended for ongoing snow operations. Metered parking rules in effect. FDR Drive south in the 90s. It's an accident taking a couple of lanes. It's kind of busy then down through the 70s with another accident. 15 to 20 in over at the Queens Midtown Tunnel. We're still seeing some stop-and-go traffic on the Meadowbrook North by Loop Parkway with an accident there as well. Inbound side of the GWB, still 40 to the upper, 20 to the lower. Lincoln Tunnel 25, Holland 25. Some slowdowns as you head to 80 East, exit 64 in toward Hackensack with a collision. 208 South into Wyckoff. It's an accident being cleared. And 287 northbound into exit 9, getting up through Piscataway. An accident still being cleared from that spot as well. Cross County West at the Bronx River Parkway, accident being cleared. Partly cloudy today, high of 38. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Are you tired of staring at that dent? At Mako, getting collision repaired is as easy as book, quote, fix. Come to Mako for a collision repair backed by our best price guarantee. Uh-oh? Better get Mako.
Not this morning. Joe on the radio. Good morning. Good morning. 9:38 right now on AM 970, The Answer. Mike Gallagher live from Israel. 10:05. You do not want to miss Mike from the Holy Land. Okay, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
9:46.
All right, look at you. It's very good. Very good. I'll give you an extra minute. No, wait a minute. Is that right?
9:46.
No, it's not. Look,
yes, it is. 5 minutes. It's 9:39. 5 minutes would be what? 34. Whatever. Who cares? Read the spot.
I love my Gattullo in the morning, especially when I'm tired. The more tired I am, the more I irritate Al. But you got 5 minutes. We're going to give you the 9. You know what? We'll give you the 9:46 with Al, man. I can't. Stop it. Stop it. Me and Al in school, we would have lasted a day. I would have been kicked out. You're like my buddy Vinny Lapone. We were like the worst combination, the worst students on the planet. We want you to experience Route 22 Toyota. Let me tell you, you got 5 minutes. So now we're going to give you, I'll give you the 9:45, 9:46 by Al's math. First 5 callers, next 5 minutes. Can we, right? You can't.
Listen, it's a great facility. Frank has gotten a car from there. It's wonderful.
It is.
He's got great service. Come on.
Standing up, George. I'm taking this seriously. This is my buddy Iggy. And we're going to tell everybody you got first 5 callers, next 5 minutes. Route 22 Toyota. Here is the number. It's 855, please, 621-9949. All European models are excluded, but you got 5 minutes plus. We'll give you the 9:45, sure, 9:46 if you want. First 5 callers, next 5 minutes, free multi-point inspection, oil change and filter from Route 22 Toyota. I love Route 22 Toyota. You know why? They treated Frankie right. They treated Mike Gallagher right. Now, my sister, forget about it. My family, Carol goes down there. She didn't even ask. She didn't even say, hey, Joe, I'm going to Route 22 Toyota. She didn't want to bother me. And do you know something? She ended up Route 22 West in Hillside, New Jersey. She's talked to the great team. Johnny's down there and Chris and Iggy himself. And before you know it, she texted me, I got great car, great deal from Route 22 Toyota. Just like that. and they treat you the same exact way. Now, to get you over there, this is great. Get you into the service bay. You can meet Alex Cancelli. Yes, he'll give you 0% APR financing on up to 72 months for qualified buyers. It's the largest indoor automobile showroom in the state of New Jersey. You know that. And it's brand spanking new. And it's got a brand new customer lounge. So now to get you over there to this beautiful, beautiful state-of-the-art service center on North Broad Street in Hillside, New Jersey. First 5 callers, next 5 minutes, you get a free multi-point inspection, oil change and filter from our friends, the family at Route 22 Toyota. 855-621-9949. All European models are excluded, but the number is 855-621-9949. This is the dealership for you. They give me the copy, but I speak from my heart. Iggy and the team over there, Route 22 Toyota, nobody's better. First 5 colors, next 5 minutes. Check it out right now. Route 22 Toyota, right there on Route 22 West in Hillside, New Jersey, or here at Route22Toyota.com.
Now, you've been hearing me say for some time that the 3-week quick start from Relief Factor for under $20 is the smart way to go if you're struggling with back, neck, shoulder, hip, or knee pain. And I've told you 80% of the people who order the 3-week quick start go on to order more. Question, Elder, what's up with the 20% who don't? Well, I asked Pete and Seth Talbot about that, and they said they surveyed them, and most of them admit they did not give the product a legitimate try. They didn't do what the doctors who created Relief Factor recommended. 3 packets a day for a full week, then 2 packets a day for the next 2 weeks. So when you order the 3-week quick start, do what the docs recommended. It could be at your door in just 2 to 3 days. ReliefFactor.com. ReliefFactor.com. That's ReliefFactor.com.
Seriously. Hey, Joe on the radio. It's Giving Tuesday, please. Giving Tuesday. So we got an edict from, our sales folks saying, Joe, it's Giving Tuesday. We want you to tell everybody about Salvation Army. And I know it's tough because it's like Christmas time, and I know you got a million expenses, and I'm feeling it myself, But if you can, I'm going to give you a place where you can go online and you can give back, okay? It's Giving Tuesday, and we want you to join the fight for good by helping the Salvation Army make a difference in the lives of those less fortunate. If you go to team970.org, make a donation today. There's so many people, and I talk about this. There's a lot of people that you don't hear about that are in stressed areas that are falling through the cracks. And like the Major Diaz said, Salvation Army is a safety net. So we would love for you to be part of that safety net in any regard, however you can give. The Salvation Army does incredible work on behalf of children and families in need all over the United States of America. More than half of youth programs are at or beyond capacity, and more than 40% were forced to make cutbacks. So the Salvation Army runs after-school programs in our toughest neighborhoods. And we need it. This is my wheelhouse right here. And here's one in St. Paul, Minnesota, that's making a real difference in the lives of young people.
Some of the children here do face quite a bit of adversity.
We have the gangs.
We've experienced shootings in front of our door, prostitution across the street. Just so many things. But still, we are able to remain positive. It's with our after-school programs, we have an opportunity to take kids of the East Side community and provide enrichment activities as well as academic support. And mostly, we provide strong mentorship.
With this program, you have an idea. Well, you know where your child is. You know what they're doing. You know what's going on, and you know that it's productive. They have tutoring. They have help with their homework, reading, math, science.
Like my oldest son, he was behind on math and some reading, so he improved that.
There's always a new dance, there's always a new friend, there's always a new song they've learned, there's a different skill they mastered that they didn't know before. And, it's just exciting to them. It's something else to do.
If the Salvation Army was not here, like I said, this neighborhood would be, they would be hurting. They really would be.
I always tell the kids, my payment is later in life when I see them going to college, working a job, starting a family, being a positive outlet to society.
Well, the government's trying to help, but right now, until the help gets there, we can be the safety net. So please help the Salvation, help millions of children and their families by going to team970.org. Now that's team team970.org. Give what you can. We're looking to raise $24,000 by the last day of December, and we need your help now. Go to, please, team970.org and join my team by giving, and get your friends, family, and coworkers to contribute too. Let's make it a group effort, all right? A team effort. Give to the organization that's doing the most good, the Salvation Army. Give to my online Red Kettle now, please. team970.org.
Due to the game, you can hear Jay Sekulow live today at 5 p.m. on AM 970. The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe that a four-leaf clover. In Santa Claus.
So Charlie is 8. She's kind of, I guess that's on the cusp, right? 8 years old with Santa Claus. I'm going to pretend that, I'm going to just assume that she believes in
Ruin
Santa
it
Claus.
for all the other 8-year-olds that are listening out there right now.
It's all right. Yeah, that's the big demo. That's our demo now. 8 years old.
They're all in school. They better be.
Hey, Charlie Finch, 947. Professor, good morning. And Merry Christmas to you, Charlie. What's on your mind, my friend?
Merry Christmas, Joe. Welcome back. When President Macron calls NATO brain dead, he is attacking the lame duck chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel. So when President Trump, crazy like a fox, attacks Macron, he is allying himself and throwing a Christmas bouquet to Merkel. Remember the last NATO meeting, Joe, when Trump was in Merkel's face?
It's great.
Trump is crazy like a fox. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Forward and forward.
Thank you. You're right, Joe. There's always a concerted effort. And is he playing to Merkel? Yeah, remember that with his arms crossed? I do remember that. I don't think, I'm leaning toward what Frankie is saying. Just, do you need NATO at all? It's virtually for military support. Am I right, Frankie Five Boroughs? That's all it is, that military support? It doesn't help the starving, doesn't help the hungry or anything like that.
Such a great point that you made, Joe. So NATO, again, has been around for about 70 years, I think exactly 70 years, came about to counter the Soviet Union. And remember, all the communist countries had the Warsaw Pact. And when the Cold War ended, the Warsaw Pact folded, and President Bush, the first Bush, promised the Russian president at the time and all the Russian leadership at the time that NATO would not move east. And that is a promise that NATO has broken. So not only is America paying the bills, but it's an organization that's used not to promote peace, but to promote militarism. And so if you look at what they've done in Afghanistan, where there's still NATO troops after 2 decades almost, if you look at the crisis they created in Libya, where they took what was a country that was not doing well and made it into a disaster area that's a failed state, there are refugees flooding out of those countries, and I don't see any of the NATO countries, except maybe the United States, rushing to take in many of these refugees. So they're very good at creating problems. I don't think they're very good at solving problems. I think the president's instincts were right 3 years ago when he said this was obsolete.
Yeah, interesting. 877-970-2999, 949 with Joe on the radio. The one, the only, Debbie Duhame is out there checking out traffic for you all morning long. Good morning, Debbie Duhame. Always great to hear your voice.
Thank you, Joe, and I'm glad that you and your son made back safely last
thank
night.
you.
Thank
A long trip, but we're here. We made it, thank God.
Awesome. Enjoy your day. Thanks, Joe. Let's see what's happening right now on the LIRR. 15 to 20-minute delays on the LIRR traveling through Jamaica, and that's all due to some ongoing issues with a disabled train. Hudson line of Metro North, we're seeing delays of 20 minutes as well. Let's see what's happening at the Hudson River crossings. 30 in at the GWB, about 35 at the Lincoln, Holland down to about 20. Watch for slowdowns on 208 southbound into Wyckoff with an accident. 287 north, exit 9 in Piscataway, an accident over there. It's still tough on the FDR drive south in the 90s, a collision taking a few lanes. 20 minutes in at the Queens Midtown Tunnel. Jackie Robinson West at Cypress Hill Street. It's an accident. Alternate side parking rules suspended for ongoing snow operations. Metered rules in effect. And heading to the Meadowbrook North, right at Loop Parkway. It's an accident there as well. The Cross County West at the Bronx River Parkway. Accident just cleared. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Joe on the radio telling about Parry & Sons. I love Parry & Sons. I went up to Parry & Sons at Franklin Lakes, New Jersey on Franklin Avenue. I met Glenn. Came and greeted me with a shirt and tie. Anybody wears a shirt and tie like that, I love it. Then I bought my watches. They fixed my watches. And then I saw the jewelry. And then I got little diamond cross for Charlie. And if Parry & Sons is about Parry & Sons, this is the best. Joe, what about Parry & Sons? Go to parryandsons.com. Check out the website, parryandiamonds.com. Go to Franklin Avenue, Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. Then I find Glenn and Maria decide we're going to retire. We've had the company, the family has been in New Jersey for almost 100 years, right? 98 years. They know jewelry better than anybody. They know diamonds better than anybody. Watches, designer watches. Now this. They're liquidating everything in the store. Everything has been discounted. It's Christmas. Hanukkah's coming up. The holidays are here. You want something great? Go, please, to Parry & Sons. Right this week, you can buy the jewelry and watches of your dreams that I've been telling you about for years now at up to 70% off. Nothing is being held back. Parry & Sons, going out of business sale, going on now, right there on Franklin Avenue in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
For the past decade, I've been dealing with very painful brown spots on my forehead, and I could never just take a wash rag across my forehead. I didn't dare because it would have been just horridly painful. And last week, in my haste, I scrubbed the whole thing, and there was no pain there. And so I quickly went to the mirror, and I realized at that moment the painful brown spots that I've been dealing with for the past decade, they're gone. I could barely speak. I could barely do anything. I was frozen in this elated state of mind because I've been battling this for a decade. And it wasn't until the following day I looked at my hands and I looked at my arms, and there's very few brown spots on my hands and arms. As a retired RN, I know the importance of nutrition. I always have. I mean, if you just feed people good food like this, it's actually healing you from the cellular level out. I'm living proof of that because there's only one thing that changed in my life, and that was taking Balance of Nature. And I will forever be grateful. I'll never stop taking it. I'll never be without my Balance of Nature, ever.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Call or go online now and become a preferred customer, which gives you our best pricing and free shipping. And we will take an additional 25% off of your first order. This will be a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751, or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code The Answer.
Portions of this show sponsored by Route 22 Toyota. It's the AM 970 Weather Answer Forecast.
A cloudy start to our day with a couple of snow showers. Watch for slippery spots, especially in and east of the city. Then later today, windy and cold as sunshine returns with a high near 40. After a clear evening, clouds will increase overnight. It'll be breezy and cold with a low of 33 in Midtown, 26 to 30 in parts of northern New Jersey and the Hudson Valley. Clouds and some sun tomorrow, breezy and cold, high 43. Thursday, partly sunny, breezy and cold, high 42. AM 970, The Answer.
Stop. Hey, Joe on the radio, good morning. Telling you about Connors and Sullivan. Don't put it off. I know what you're thinking. You do not want to put it off. You need a will. You need a power of attorney. An article in Forbes magazine advises readers to make sure they develop a complete plan and to double-check beneficiary designations. 5 before 10 o'clock. I got to tell you, if you don't check it out and you're not careful where your money goes, there's going to be some Mama Luke that comes into your family. I swear to goodness, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to come in there and going to go, oh, hey, hi. And they're going to kind of work their way in, and they're going to work their way in for one reason, your money. And you know where you're going to be? You're going to be in the ground. And you know what you're going to be doing? Turning over in your grave. I don't mean to be that graphic, and forgive me, but you got to go to Connors and Sullivan's. What I did, I checked it all out. I am locked. I locked everything in because this is what my Connors does. So Connors and Sullivan does. 718-238-6500. Really, trust. You're going to feel better about yourself. If the weight of the world off my shoulders, and when I see the Mama Luke, I just smile. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing? You know, because I know you ain't touching nothing. I swear to goodness gracious, you got to go to Mike Connors. Connors and Sullivan, 718-238-6500. Lisa is there. You want to meet Beth. Mike is great. His wife is just absolutely spectacular. Bridget is there. Kelly and Rose and Justin. This is that you will feel comfortable the second that you walk in for your free consultation at Connors and Sullivan. 718-238-6500. By the way, catch Mike, please, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. on this station, AM 970, The Answer, or Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. on our sister station, AM 570, The Mission.
Mike Gallagher is next on AM 970, The Answer.
It's Christmas time all over the world.
This is good fine, Al.
Christmas here
Oh,
at home.
I may follow you for this.
The church bells chime wherever we roam.
He's so underrated as a singer. Sammy Davis, huh, Frankie? Right?
Absolute great talent.
I mean, really, it was a great. He was a great vocalizer, you know. He just really was a.
The snow is thick in most of the world, and children's eyes are wide.
Sammy Davis Jr., probably the greatest entertainer of all time, I would say. Yeah, with respect to Dean Martin, with respect to Mr. Sinatra, and a couple other folks, but Sammy was the guy. He could do everything. Did you ever see him do the gun thing when he had the guns?
Yeah, on video. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, me. I was even when he started doing. I was too young. Bang, he would do the twirling and everything.
Amazing.
It was great like that. Rest in peace, Sammy. We loved you, man, and we love you still. 9:57 with Joe on the radio. Frankie, thanks so much for a great show. Sorry for the silliness, but it was great.
That's
Mitchell Modell, I love you. Thank you for being here. Got to go to Moe's. Go to Modell's, please, and you got to look at $20 for these great pants. You're very comfortable. You look very comfortable.
These are phenomenal on a cold day like this.
Yeah.
These are essential.
Yeah.
And coming out of Thanksgiving and all the family parties that I had this weekend, the fact that there's an elastic waist that expands a little bit, very helpful.
Thank you, Matt Sambolin. Thank Georgie. I love you, man. Thanks so much. Mert, thank you. Cara, great job as always. You're doing such a great job. And Big Al, love you too as well. Debbie as well. You know, it's a love fest. It's so great. It's great to be home. This is my family. You are our family. And with respect and with love to your family, we say, God bless you. God bless the United States of America. God bless your family. And let's do this all over again tomorrow. What do you say? 6 a.m. right here on AM 970, The Answer. Make it a great day. Would you do that? Because you deserve it.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970, The Answer.
34 degrees at 9:59. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. Police are investigating after 3 people were shot in Brownsville yesterday. Cops say the shooting happened inside a building at Howard Avenue and Dean Street, as well as outside on the street. Authorities say the victims suffered non-life-threatening injuries. So far, there are no arrests. Scientists say they've discovered more than 140 glyphs carved into the Peruvian sands. The large designs look like living creatures and other objects and were scratched into the ground between 500 BC and 500 AD. Japanese researchers discovered the images in a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the South American nation's coastal plain. They've used artificial intelligence to help find the glyphs. In sports, Knicks blown out by the Bucks, Islanders beat up the Red Wings, Golden Knights over the Rangers, Devils embarrassed by the Sabres. You now know what's going on. Have a great day, everyone. I'm Al Gattulo, AM 970, The Answer.
From the studios of AM 970, The Answer on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM.